Barb, make sure your TFAR plugin's off.
Thank you. Totally forgot.
Yep. Because I know you're playing EU, so.
Playing, I think, is a little generous. I had a ground perspective, as in
as the bullets
went
in your face.
Yeah, no, as in lying on the ground, bleeding out on the in the dirt. That kind of ground perspective. I hope you started streaming.
Yeah, yes, I did.
Perfect. Okay, good.
Good time, Saddam, with Operation Squalor here, round 1 for NA. I mean, EU went fairly smooth, so I'm curious to see how NA is going to run tonight. Whoops. Getting some stuff sorted on the side.
One can live without candy, but one cannot live without bullets. Kim Jong-il.
Of course.
Amazing.
All right, 29th ID and 4 second MRB. We have someone from 3D MRB, I think, just to troll the second MRB guys. 1RW's on tonight. A few members of 15th MEU as well. I see Dooley, Falcon. I'd imagine Bayant is here. Yep, he's towards the top. And otherwise, just a lot of fill-ins. A few 242s as well. Alright. Well, they took away our map, so we just have to be patient about this, but yeah.
Do you have the
send in
I'm gonna back out and grab the numbers real quick.
We had about 100
and... Yeah, 101, including us, but 55 blue 4 to 44 red 4.
Who's attacking again?
And that is blue 4 with a man advantage.
So that'd be blue 4 attacking. Yep. So I'll go ahead and put a prediction up, and we'll get this going. Now we wait. But Valuk, thanks for the 55-month resub at Tier 2. You've been here a hot second, my man. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, and I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. But we're going to be going all evening till about 11:30, where we'll transition into the DayZ event. We'll see what happens. That'll probably last like an hour, hour and a half, and hopefully there will be a lot of interesting things to be had. All right, we're pushed in. Turning on all my commands here. We're starting a little bit at night, but it looks like we're going to be focusing on the top right areas of the map. Interesting. So, with that, Barb, do you want to read the background, or should I?
I'll start us off tonight.
All right, go ahead.
All right, background. After 2 years of political strife under dictator Park Chung-hee, Kim Il-sung has decided to reunify Korea. This has proven to be a disaster for the North Koreans, with their army in full retreat after only a month of fighting on the DMZ. Despite this, a heavy stream of military supplies have been trafficked in from Vladivostok into North Hamgyong province. The 1st Marine Division has been tasked with invading this region to stop this vital supply route. So, Ho Chi Minh Trail, but Korean War. Game mode is AD sector, or sector defense. The mission will go into overtime, but there's only one active sector remaining, and attackers stay inside it. There are 3 sectors, non-sequential.
Max view distance is 1,000 meters. It says nothing for magnified optics, which usually means no. Looking at the weapons that the Op4 guys are fielding, doesn't look like there are any magnified optics. Defender build points are 125, which is default, and no NVGs. I'd imagine this is either going to get a little brighter. Actually, as I say that, I am seeing it get a little brighter. So
yeah, it's starting to get
as
bright.
it goes into
so it's
that.
dawn, I think.
Otherwise, both sides have 2 HE rounds per. Interesting. So AT is going to be shock weaponry based instead of anti-tank.
Blue 4 is HE or AT, but yeah, definitely for the RPGs, those are HE rockets. So we'll see.
All right, otherwise, Blue 4 kits, we're rocking 1980s American Woodlands. I'm just going to scroll down to the DMR. That looks like a Mark 14 with a bipod. Looking at their loadouts, otherwise, it's M16A1s with Colt carbines, M9 as a secondary, a 249er, and M60 for the machine gun support weaponry, and M72 Law for the light anti-tank. Sniper for recon, specifically X-ray, gets an M24. The 2 suppressed shooters get a choice of either a suppressed Mark 14 or an HK MP5 SD, which is integrally suppressed. And then crew and aviation get either an MP5 or a Colt carbine. Nothing on crew-served weapons. But otherwise, they get 12 RHIBs, 1 Venom gunship with side-mounted MGs. Looks like, nope, they are M134.
I know it's not right now, but watching your DayZ stuff has encouraged me to give it another crack. Got to Starry Cherno and found a CA and M16 with magazines for both on my first run unofficial. I feel like I burned all my luck in one go.
So I'm assuming there's only one.
I'll get to that in the second
UH-1Y with a machine gun on it. But we'll see when we look over there in person.
Yeah, but it looks like that is the case. But regardless, Op4 is down to 1980s Russian khaki army kits. Their DMR, I'd imagine, is probably going to be some sort of SVD Dragunov, and it looks like it is the Dragunov. Otherwise, loadouts are going to be AK-74s and the carbine version, PMs for the handguns, RPKs, and PKMs for the support weapons, RPG-26 for the light anti-tank. Sniper's going to get a Mosin Nagant. And then the suppressed shooters get a choice of an AS-Val or an AKS. Otherwise, the crew and aviation guys, they have the hardest weapon choice of the night between an AKS and an AKS. I mean, it can go either way with that one. But otherwise, they get 8 searchlights, 5 Praga transports. Yeah, I mean, that's very, very deadly.
In the end, assets. So maybe, I wonder if it's going to stay at this, like, very kind of...
like moonlit, which would be pretty cool, yeah.
I wonder if that's the case, because we don't have a watch, so maybe it's actually the moon is out and it's illuminating everything.
I think it's just the thick overcast as well that helps darken the map. We also have a UAZ and then 2 BTR-40s with Dishkas. Otherwise, nothing on green 4. Do you want me to go over roster and then you can go over AOs?
Let's do it.
All right, so roster on the defense, we have Despo commanding. He's got no 2IC and said he has Nightshade as a platoon medic. Falcon just flew across my screen. All right. Mountain leading X-Ray, Panzerfaust as the medic like a hawk, Patriot being the sniper, Olaf being the 2IC, Shy taking the AKS, and Bacon flavored Ivan appears to be taking the AS-Val. The weapon was on his back. Alpha has all merged together with Vagrant commanding Jane, Lurch, Mito, Savan, Catnip, Lolo, Green Shade, Tender Banner, Waldo, Galil, Beldiv, and Revanche. Bravo HQ.
That is Sled, who we've seen before. That first character is a German S-set, which is 2 S's, so it's Sled.
Okay. I'll try to remember that to the best of my ability.
You're not going to remember that.
Drake is going to be commanding Bravo under Bravo HQ. Bravo 1 commanded by Bridges with Martin, Bannister, Miller, and Wheaton. Wiki commanding Bravo 2 with Fisk, Cosmonaut, Maz, and Cool Breeze. Charlie 1 being commanded by Michael with Falcon, Ash, Dooley, Blam, Chow, and Bayan. Always nice to see Bay and Chow and Falcon together, as well as Dooley. And then Roland commanding Delta HQ with Delta 2 fielded by Mutant, Jax, and Debev. Looking over on the Blue 4 side of the shenanigans, we've got Helios commanding. That is a name that I seldom see command, but good for him for stepping up. He's got Schnuffles as his 2IC and Ukrainian Taliban.
That's his name.
As the platoon medic. I love it. Bert is going to be commanding X-Ray, Cindy as the medic. Pierce is going to be fielding the sniper rifle. Saddam taking... I'm hearing random gunshots to the south. I think that's our random tracer effect. Interesting. Otherwise, Saddam being the 2IC, Azuki being a Mark 14 EBR, actually just a regular Mark 14 suppressed shooter, and Staten Burr also being the other suppressed shooter with a Mark 14. Nielsen leading Alpha HQ, Eagle taking a crewman slot under Alpha. Interesting. Otherwise, no leadership element for Alpha 1. It's just Iqbal Bates, Sablon, Montgomery, and Carlson. Alpha 2 has Colin leading Fez, Dogbert, Red Claws, Daldo, Big Ham, and Puma. Thyreb leading Bravo HQ, Bravo 1 being led by Chadwick, with Jack, Booga, Nova, Ace, Sharp, and Shrek under him. Genry commanding Bravo 2 with Wise, Fetty, Rust, and Wayne. Charlie HQ looks like it's merged with either a Charlie 1 or a Charlie 2 element, because I can't see either, but there's more people in there that Charlie HQ would normally have. So it's Artisan with Space Cowboy Carl, Corvo, and Korvac. And then we've
That's not gonna get confusing.
Right. Tech leading Delta HQ. Delta 1 being led by Egg with Banks, Slyzile, Grav, and Mike. DLX leading Ruckus, Buster, and Glazed. And then Helicopter 1, Hotel 1, I think that's Circles and LeBroy flying that one. That's probably going to be the armed one, which LeBroy is standing next to. And then Schultz going to be flying the unarmed one, which I do see doesn't have any guns. So overall, not a bad breakdown. A lot of names we don't recognize or haven't really seen step up in the past, so it's going to be a lot more of an interesting round. We'll see how Falcon and Bay do, but I mean, there's a lot of room for someone to prove themselves tonight. Norris on Alpha 1 leading, taking a leadership slot instead of a machine gun, but I know Pierce can snipe, I know Cindy can shoot. Really, that's it. Let's try to see some new names step up.
Yeah,
anyway,
excited to see what
thanks for
some
29
fresh
monthly
faces
sub.
can do in
Hope you enjoy Daisy, my friend. I hope you get a nice
roles.
kick out of this stream.
Because the plan, no matter how questionable it may be, will be carried out. So the better the plan is from the leadership, the better that the op will go. I say that as the victim of a few questionable plans. But I digress. All right, let's take a look at those AOs, if that's all for you.
Yep.
All right, so Sector 1 is going to be the beachhead here. Obviously a semi-restricted AO, so they got to choose where they're going to land their craft. I think we all want them to land right
I want
on the
D-Day.
beach.
I want D-Day so bad.
I want D. It's going to, like, they're going to get shredded, and they know that. They should know that, I hope.
I want D-Day.
I want D-Day. But that, and I mean, honestly, this is D-Day right here. We got very nice concrete bunkers. We see some custom-placed HESCO barricades and watchtowers. We see them putting the spotlights up as well. So they're going to keep this beach lit up as best they can. But this should be quite an interesting first round if this is where they do decide to go. And it looks like they will be holding here, which is, of course, the smart decision. Sector 2 is going to be about half a click behind it in this valley here. We see him setting up on the ridge, kind of next to it, kind of behind it.
It's a big sector, though. I mean, they've got room to put, a squad to the west, then also cover this ridge and Overwatch. It's not a bad idea.
And especially considering Cosmonaut, Cool Breeze, Wheaton right here, they are inside the zone. So if they reinforce this line a little bit more to the northwest and kind of shore it up, they could hold from pretty much an improvised HESCO bunker right here, almost like it was squad or something, and just hold on to the sector, making them have to like get really close to clear you out, in which case someone overwatching, maybe a vehicle, maybe reinforcements in the form of infantry, can come and try and relieve that pressure. But we'll see if they do that. That would be something very interesting to see. Sector 3 is going to be, I think this is where they spawned, so they still have people getting assets, the searchlights and everything from here. But this is one of the prison camps here. Not a great place to hold, just due to the fact that mountains cover about 270 degrees of this camp's perimeter. So vehicles, infantry can set up on any ridge, multiple ridges, and just lay down an insane base of fire.
I've seen a few AOs done in this building, or excuse me, this specific AO, I guess for lack of a better term, this FOB. This one, as you said, kind of sucks because of the surrounding ridges. It's caught in a valley. It's really easy to just look over and start shooting. So I'd imagine we're not going to see Op4 hold that position. But
I will say, due to the kind of, what am I trying to say, the barbed wire going all around it, if they don't have a vehicle to come and push this sector, well, actually, no. The sector appears to extend to past the watchtowers. Yeah. So they not if they are able to kill all, or if the sector's empty, they're going to be able to just walk up to the fence and capture it.
We got to remember, Blue 4 is only boats and 2 helicopters, so they're not going to have any ground vehicles unless they steal them from probably Sector 3, because that's where they're all being left. Even the Dishkas are being left, but
maybe they couldn't fit them all, but yeah, they should really try and utilize everything they can. That's one of the things I've noticed, is that sometimes not everything gets used, and Sometimes
I'm not gonna lie though, the Dishkas, if they were brought north and then they patrolled the coast for boats, I think that would be the best use for them because they're fixed at a forward firing position of the car, so using them to fight helicopters wouldn't be too good unless they get them on a ridge, but that would involve getting that BTR-40 on said ridge, and that would be probably not the best use of that asset's time compared to fighting the boats instead. Now, looking over at Blue 4, I do see some of them starting to get on some of these boats. These are the vanilla RHIBs, so each one can take about 8 people. They're from the Syndicate faction from the Apex DLC. But otherwise, I wouldn't also be surprised if Blue 4 Command just said, hey, I want to fly everyone in on multiple trips of helicopters, because I've seen that done before. The real question is going to be, where is Blue 4 going to deploy? I would imagine they might actually go for Ancon de Pita. That little cove area next to the town of Pita and the airfield. Or they might go even farther south and then try to scale up the ridge and then go to Sector 3 first and then backtrack. Now,
that is a possibility because, again, this is
going to take a while.
A non-sequential map. So what we could definitely see is helicopters landing on any of the plateaus to the east or the west. To the south, it's more mountainous, and they'd have a longer ways to go. But if they were to set up just at point 197, they can drop down behind there and well inside cover and not really have to worry about much. We do actually have, looks like Olaf and Mountain are driving a couple of UAZs up there. A UAZ and a BTR-40. So they might be predicting that they try to do a helicopter-based thunder run. Set these guys up quick on the ridge and just engage it immediately.
I would just, again, use those 40s for patrolling the coast. Because if you can deny Blue 4's landing zone between Sector 3 and Sector 1 and force them to land somewhere on the left, that's going to really put them out of position and really stress that start clock. New safe starts time 3:50. What are they doing? What are they doing? They just extended safe start by another 5 minutes.
Where'd you see that?
New safe start time, bottom left.
Okay, well, seems that either Red 4 or Blue 4 requested more safe start time, and they got it.
I don't know.
Bumped it up to 6:20.
Was there desync? Was there a DDoS? What?
Not from what I can tell. I think maybe just
6 minutes.
Maybe Red 4 command, because most of Blue 4 is set up in their VIX ready to go.
So Blue 4 seems ready to go, so I don't know who needed that additional time, but okay. Interesting. If one of the boats gets armored, you'll donate $5. I doubt they'll get armored, but I'd say maybe a 25% chance. Falcon's poking me with the capitalized word help.
Where was he again? He is Red 4 Charlie 1. I just saw him face through a wall. Yep, he is Danny Phantom.
I see.
You a little tired? Liru need his Korean coffee?
Shut up.
He is pixel walking now, like it's Counter-Strike. He's just gonna keep on going. There he goes.
He finally fell. Yeah, so 5 more minutes.
He's well, I would say he's practicing flying, but it's just falling with style, really. All right, looks like those 2 Vics back at Sector 3 are moving up to patrol up on that plateau. Maybe that's like how they're gonna go and get to the coast, is by going up that ridge. Otherwise, did they end up getting all those dishcums? Let's see. I'm not seeing any more, so I think they got them all.
I don't know. I think this is going to be a slow deployment anyway, because those boats getting to the coast is at least going to take 7 to 10 minutes, depending on where they go. If they go further south, it's going to take up to 10 to 15. What the Falcon doing?
I think Ancon Depita is going to be their best bet. Unless they do D-Day. Because I want to see D-Day.
I think we all want to see D-Day, but we're not going to get D-Day.
We're not going to get D-Day. It's all quiet on the western front, sir.
This means that the round's going to be extended by 5 minutes as well, but I don't get what that time extension was for. I guess maybe because Blue 4 wasn't ready and they know that this is going to be a very time-sensitive op, and maybe they extended it. But, I mean, we see Blue 4 only deploying with 2 teams here. Everyone else is going to take boats. So, I don't know. And they're, okay, interesting. So, right off the bat, I know they're not going to do D-Day because they're not taking every single one of the boats. Whenever they want to do something aggressive with boats, they always bring every single boat and mix the units up to, like, only 2 or 3 people per boat to spread out the players. The fact they're all grouping up like this indicates that they aren't expecting to get engaged where they're going. So, I bet they're going to probably go for the airstrip and have the helicopters recon it out, but we'll see. Why did I get a DM?
Yeah, that seems likely, because...
Oh, of course.
I don't think that Blue 4 would assume that, you know, Red 4 is going to abandon their positions to try and hold something a kilometer, 2 kilometers away from their sectors on the off chance that they land there. They're going to really try and keep it close to the sectors. Because that kind of commitment just ends up in your forces being out of position and unable to do anything about the guys who actually move towards the objective, which is the attackers. Yeah. 2 minutes remain.
I mean, I have a dumb idea. Do you remember that? Remember that round? I'm not sure if it was you with me or Dream with me, where the Blue 4 was the attacking faction, and they started sending boats and ejecting from the boats, and the boats would drive right into the Op 4 sectors, and it confused the hell out of Op 4. I'd love to see like 5 boats angled onto Op 4's landing zone, and then just the boats drive in as like a bait play, and then they eject close to the northern island. The helicopter picks them up and moves them. I would love to see that level of strategy, but we're not going to see it. But, oh, what a bait play that would be.
It'd be an amazing bait play.
They'd probably hit the left side frigate, but that would be awesome, because you just have all these boats coming towards you, and Alp 4 would get super confused. It would be a good distraction, though. That's a legitimate strategy. They would have enough boats to do it. They would just need, I guess, X-Ray to take all the empty ones, drive them in place, drive them full forward, and eject. There's a slight risk of when you eject, you might hurt yourself or kill yourself, but I think that would be worth it in terms of just seeing that bait play in action.
Absolutely.
Helicopter's starting to spool up. Just a little confused how that got extended by 5 minutes, but whatever. There we go. Round started. Helicopters are taking off. Boats don't. Okay, now they're starting to pick up.
So the boats, or sorry, the boats and helis are, well, heading in different directions.
Boats are going to cut right and then move south, and they're going to land somewhere between Sector 3 and PETA. I'm calling that now based off of their movement.
Well, it's quite possible.
BTR 40 slowly climbing the side. Panzerfaust has gotten out, now he's walking it. Oh, that's beautiful. The other BTR 40... I have no idea where it got moved to, but it's not at... Oh, wait, no, Despo has it. All right. So I don't know why they're going to keep that on defense. I really feel like that would be better off patrolling the coastline, but it's all good.
Well, I think it's warranted for the commander to try and get some kind of armored vehicle.
418 might be onto something. Maybe they vetoed the night decision last second. They waited an additional 5 minutes to wait for it to get brighter.
That's possible.
That's the only thing that makes sense, because both sides were ready. Shrek, no!
And the connection from the swamp wasn't good enough.
Damn. Need to upgrade to good old Muskie's Starlink, man.
I'm sorry?
Don't worry about it.
Well, the word musky just makes me think of the musky husky uwu.
Shut up.
So it's really your fault for making me bring that up.
All right, so Blue 4, they're going to hug the map boundary here, and they're going to take it straight south. We already have a UAZ on the coast. I'm going to be honest, though. I'm going to go to the edge of... Yeah, like Adishkavik right on that freaking spot on Ancon de Peta is going to pretty much stop any boats from coming to the south. So if they can get that other Dishkavik up there, 12.7 is going to tear apart an RHIB. You only need to like 3 or 4 hit it to actually destroy it. So Despo's keeping the other one in reserve, which again I think is a mistake. But let's actually look. I think it's a 50-round box for these assets.
Well, real quick,
and they get 9 boxes total. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
First helicopter has dropped off Blue 4 X-ray on the mountain range by Ancon and Amanitas, so I think they might be the recon force. They're gonna...
Great. What are they gonna do from up there?
I think they're gonna scout out an LZ and call in that...
Have fun with your walk. Your 2-kilometer walk, boys.
Yeah. If they try and go, I mean, the thing is, there's no good spot here unless they're gonna try and scout the defenses and do a D-Day with some knowledge.
Here's what pisses me off, though. Why are Blue 4 sending recon one direction to scout an LZ, but all the boats are going in a separate direction? You know what I mean? Yes, Blue?
Okay, yeah, I guess they're gonna walk to like Hill 200, Hill 156 or something, and snipe from up there.
Not as good.
That's literally the only thing I could think of. And the helicopter,
no problem.
The other one is now dropping off more people, I think.
They were super close to slamming that tail into the ground, and now they're... Was that a fake LZ? That was a fake landing.
On the path of the real LZ. Or the real...
Yeah, on the path of the real LZ.
So, good intention. Let's talk about that execution now.
Oh my god.
X-Ray is going to be executed after this once they get fucking found out, if Red 4 even notices.
So the point of a fake LZ is to draw attention to that LZ, but that's where X-Ray is going to be coming down from. So what was the... I
don't know. I don't know.
Wait, why is the Dishka truck being left off the... No.
Oh, they're just using it as transport.
No, come on. Please put that up to the damn coast. Yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. This is actually going to be brutal. Because the boats are now going into a standard landing formation.
Ooh. Now, looks like they're turning in for the beach along the airfield. They could still just be going south and head for the cove. I think the cove is their best bet. Once they land, they have more directions to move into. They're not going to be able to land at these buildings right here, but they can land close enough to where they get into the trees behind it.
Oh my god,
and
please.
Get up to the hilltop.
Please look right. Please coordinate with that guy on the... Why did the UAZ pull back? Oh, you fucking...
Amateurs? Yeah, that's Patriot. So that is the sniper.
Are you freaking kidding me?
They're like, nah, these guys got it. We're going to go someplace where we're going to see some
Why
action.
would you pull yourself off of a security detail? What?
And with that BTR's position, even if it looked to its right now, it would not see it because of the terrain. I don't think...
actually a little pissed off.
Bacon and Panzerfaust, they are heading this way. If they continue along here, They might be the two to see them as they start to come in now.
Literally where the UAZ went.
Are coming in for the cove. The rest seem to be moving on. So they're using multiple, like traveling in a convoy and using multiple routes or multiple LZs. This is very interesting to see.
All right, BTR 40 is now driving into position. Bravo 1's going to be able to land and start dismounting.
And yeah, you can't hear those ribs from where Panzerfaust and Bacon are. And they hopped the fence. They didn't go all the way around, so I don't know, I think they crawled under even. But here comes Nightshade now with that BTR. I don't know if he's going to see Alpha 1, Alpha 2, and Platoon over there.
What's going on over there?
He keeps going around here on patrol. He is going to spot these two boats here.
Okay, come on, Dishka.
Yeah, he sees those
Dishka. Beautiful.
Gets two. Russ is trying to fire back. Those shots pretty close. And he actually ducks back.
Could have been better, but why they pulled security off of that, I don't know. That just pisses me off as a Zeus.
And now Cholt flying directly over the AO, over Sector 2 right now, specifically. Does he even have someone in the cockpit to do recon or take notes or anything? No?
Wait, why are the two guys that drove away from this side now back here? Fucking... Okay. So we're going to have Op4 X-Ray try to tie down this mess. Blue 4 have successfully made most landfall on the area because of Op4's missed due diligence. We got the helicopters flying overhead. Op4 not giving away their positions. We got Op4 firing in a few different directions. Some of it's accurate on where green... my bad. Blue 4 is firing at Op4 positions. Op4 is now firing back, but Blue 4 are also firing in random directions. I guess mis-IDing where hostiles were.
This is very interesting. Maz, the combat engineer for Bravo 2, Red 4, has gone up about 700 meters away from friendlies. 500 meters or so. And yeah, he's on his own, maybe gonna plant some charges or mines or something, but this X-ray team spots him, which they should hear just in any second now. Here's gonna be some easy target practice.
So Bravo's now trying to pull back to the south. X-Ray have lost one of their guys. Olaf's picking off his the sniper from his body. But that was Patriot that got hit from what I don't know. I'd assume it's Delta. But it looks like Delta lost a guy in the water.
I think it was Egg. Egg has credit for 1 kill.
But we also have Banks down on the beach. So I don't know. But Bravo's now going to pull back south again. Blue 4 is going to go for Sector 3. The caveat they're going to get, though, is there are a few transport trucks that Despo's been placing around in various areas. And Despo just got a hit on the helicopter, but it didn't do much, just superficial damage. But yeah, no, Blue 4 is going to take this sector. They might get a free BTR 40 out of it. They're going to get a few transport trucks to immediately rush to Sector 2. The main final fight's going to be at Sector 1 here. I'm calling that now.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just the most fortified city, and it's the largest. So the two together. They're going to have to be careful of the forest on the southwest side, Red 4 is, because that's going to be a great way for Blue 4 to move through and establish a base of fire coming out of that tree line.
Hearing the minigun spin up on the armed helicopter from all the way over to the right. Thing's loud. Doing some long-range orbitals here, but not going to be really effective at that range. The muzzle velocity is dipping into blue, which means the bullets aren't going to do that much damage, but at least with the top-down effect, they're likely to hit people in the head. Otherwise, BTR 40 has pushed up. Tries to get a kill, gets it. That is Nightshade's third. He dumps the rest of the box.
Yeah, Nightshade now on 3. See, this is why I wanted these guys to be deployed, because they're going for Sector 3. Mm-hmm. This is why I wanted them to be deployed at, you know, marker 173 or anywhere along that whole plateau on the northeast side of that sector, because, I mean, maybe they don't know the map that well, but just from experience, I know that I can land there in relative cover, and it's open enough still that from an aerial view, you can see if anyone's down there for the most part. But now that they landed at the coast and having to walk all this way, it's taking a lot more time. We're already, well, it says 32 minutes on the, no, they did, I think they did at that time. So another 30 minutes left to go. That's honestly not a lot of time considering the scale of this map.
I think it's fine though, thank you, Boo. Alright, I officially have all the parts for my computer except the cooling unit. I just got, because I couldn't find my flash drive, or my USB, I had to get a new one to make a new boot file for it, but... Ugh.
Boob file.
For, not boob file. Sorry, I was watching Bert trying to find Maz. Maz trying to find that X-ray group. They were playing cat and mouse. Bert was overwatching Maz's tree line, but then Maz was able to find the perfect angle to get away, but Maz doesn't know that they're there, so...
Yeah, just a perfect, like, not even cat and mouse, just completely oblivious to each other.
So when I'm done with the DayZ event, I'm going to turn this USB into an ISO for booting Windows 11. Excellent. Sucks though, because the cooler I should have had by today. That's going to be Cosmonaut there
on, just as standard PKM, he's got Trench to bipod up on it, landing some pretty close suppressive fire on this southern tip of X right here. So they're probably going to want to tuck back in north and peek over.
So otherwise I would have been able to build it over the weekend, but now I gotta wait till next weekend.
Group of 4 up here are getting suppressed from Alpha HQ. Now we have Lolo up here, who is part of Alpha HQ. Light anti-tank, looks like. He's moving up on his own as well.
Maz coming back. He's going to make that play on X-Ray, at least on the 4 guys to the north. Killing Saddam, too, who I think is the guy that made the mission, so that'll be funny. Meanwhile, on the other side, you got 2 Op4 guys coming up. Shy's about to get grenaded. Literally had it blow up in his face. And now you got Panzerfaust throwing some additional grenades here. Take some shrapnel to the ass, and the helicopter's flying over. It's Chol under Hotel 2, putting some flares to be a distraction. At least they are slowing down one of the Blue 4 groups, but it's going to be inconsequential because you got the other 2 Blue 4 groups going to get there. And then this Blue 4 group's just going to immediately bypass to Sector 2 instead, and potentially be an Overwatch element. And then you got this other Hotel group. This appears to be a platoon with a few other members. They're going to start openly harassing Sector 2, and they might actually get a decent foothold, but...
The helicopter is strafing Blue 4 Alpha. They down 1 guy.
Maz just executed a member of Blue 4 X-Ray. That was on his own.
Yep. Oh, that's just awful.
Oh, is the helicopter shooting its own guys?
Yeah, they just knocked out one of Blue 4 Alpha 1. I think they injured quite a few others.
Maz in trouble because he's got a suppressed guy behind him, and he gets taken out because he went in the middle of that formation. Oof. Tough.
But now we have Tenderbanger making his way up here as well. He's a combat engineer too. And if he has the satchels or demo blocks, he could
throw them, but Mads had the same opportunity, but was too far to get any proper throws in.
Said fart.
Shut up.
You're not wrong though, but
And then Blue Force still regrouping. We got a few Op 4 guys around. Looks like Panzer was able to get away and bandage properly.
Tenderbanger spots Cindy, goes prone and holds his fire, opting to play some Metal Gear.
I mean, I don't mean to be rude to Tender, but that's a really bad position to go prone on.
Yep. I think it was more out of desperation. He is setting up, looking like he wants to fire. He's going to go full snake on this. He's going to crawl up to that tree line and open up on however many he can, but like Maz, he's not going to be able to be within range of throwing any explosives. Yeah.
Well, shit.
Oh, speak of the devil. Well, Maz, you got sandwiched. How do you feel?
It's alright.
Alright. What was your plan? Get up there, maybe throw some satchels or something?
Well, so we heard the helicopter land up there, so I went to go investigate. And then I saw a bunch of dudes. And then I was like, oh, I'm gonna drop my radio. So I dropped my radio in some bushes. And then I saw them.
You're gonna love this. So, helicopter landed them further back. Tenderbanger opening up.
Yeah, it was near the hill to the west, right?
Yeah, no, they landed even further back than that, and then that helicopter pulled away and came back and landed in front of them and a fake LZ right next to the AO to get your attention, but they were moving up to that position. Wow, Tenderbanger just ate a GL to the face.
Yep.
But, yeah, like they fake LZ'd in front of themselves, and it made absolutely no sense, but, ooh. I don't know. It's been a weird round. Op 4 kind of dropped the ball on security on the water because they had the potential to use their BTR-40 to just snipe the boats.
I know, so I didn't understand why we didn't send the 2 BTRs up to the lighthouse to the northwest and to the airfield to the northeast.
Yeah. I don't know either.
That's like the biggest brainless thing. Well, it's not even big brain, it's simple.
Yeah. Don't worry. I've already been bitching about it. Blue 4 starting to enter Sector 2. Large amount of Blue 4 about to enter Sector 3. Again, the final flight's going to be at Sector 1 at this rate.
Yep, helicopter doing some orbitals around it again. Well, the second one is just acting as a distraction. Charlie now entering Sector 2, and it's only Wheaton inside of it. They didn't end up reinforcing that line anymore to the west.
So they got Dreek in a building on the other side, though, so they should be okay.
Well, that is true.
Should be in the keyword.
Oh, if they failed, if they actually get that sector taken from under them, Dreek is going to be pissed.
Well, I mean, so if Dreek pulls out for whatever reason and Wheaton pulls out, then, I mean, that's funny.
Man, I'm pissed I didn't kill that one guy. What was it, Pierce?
Yeah, you only knocked him out.
Yeah, I shot him right in the head. I watched the blood.
Yeah, that means it got clipped and went to his torso or one of his hands or arms or whatever, because Arm is kind of like what Payday 2 used to be in terms of its hit scanning for limbs. It just doesn't happen sometimes, or sometimes you'll get a headshot, but then it'll hit scan to something else because they turned, and the connection of them turning, for whatever reason, makes the server think, oh, you hit him in the arm.
I forgot I had fucking satchels, to be honest.
Yeah.
I got in like an X-ray mindset.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so Schultz doing orbitals on Sector 3 to see it's clear. You're going to start seeing these teams move in, but Despo, I mean, he's going to play hide and seek. Oh my god. Are you freaking kidding me, Despo?
Oh no.
Giga Brain. Giga Brain move. Look at where Despo is in Sector 3. That is the top tier hiding spot. Like, it's legal. It is perfectly legal too, and that's what pisses me off the most. Because he parked the truck here, and then he went prone under the truck, climbed over, and then stood up right here. He's just gonna chill there. He's just gonna chill there.
This is not perfect. If someone comes over here and investigates these trucks, and like decides to look under it, they are gonna see his feet. But that is literally it, and that is such a specific angle and specific reasons.
If you would park both the rear tires in front of him a little more.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He wouldn't have been able to get in.
Right. True, because he wouldn't have been able to crawl in this spot, but it would have at least covered his leg. But I'm gonna be honest, like unironically, this is a pro gamer move. Like,
absolutely.
Not even like this is amazing.
You know how confused they're gonna be.
It's like, remember in Senegasta when Falcon hit under the bridge? And then the other guy, he literally hid behind a truck and like stayed alive for 10 minutes because he just hid under a truck and then would occasionally like shoot at someone and kill him.
I'm sorry, what is going to be the absolute funniest is when Blue 4 here decide to take these trucks and they get in this one that Depso is hiding behind.
And they drive away.
They drive away and he just
and then
there.
The people on the rear of the truck are going to see him and maybe shoot at him. Oh.
Maybe, but
look at it, it's like a movie right now.
They got the tarp on it. It's going to be a restricted field of view.
Oh my God.
One person's going to be able to see it, and it's going to be the guy on the back left. Oh, but then he could hide in the other corner maybe. Oh my God, that's going to be so hilarious if it happens. There's a lot of Blue 4 here as well.
I want to see them just accidentally demo the trucks like as a meme, and it blows them up.
They're not. The trucks are too important for him. But he even lined up, so we brought him off the road and lined them up right here. So they're not in, so it looks like they're just naturally spawning. Oh my God. This is actually...
Norris looks in the back of the truck. He knows some of the spots.
I don't think anyone's
no one's gonna find him.
This is
I'm calling this right now. Like he's set this up so freaking well. The only way they're gonna find him is if someone goes prone, like on the third Vic, to check under them. And even then, the grass is too tall. Like they have to go prone on the final one. And I think someone just went prone behind the truck right next to Despo to check that there was no one under there. You have to go prone at a specific angle. Like,
yep, Carlson
was checking under.
He's looking low.
They're climbing above the truck. They're checking the truck beds. Oh, and they're trying to see if they...
He was trying to EM right up. He was a foot away from vaulting over the edge of the truck and into
Despo. Despo just went like, hi. Dude, this is going to drive them crazy.
And Depso's turning his head. He's listening to this, but he's not moving his body.
They probably think it's broken.
Oh my God. Like, I'm the first to call foul on stuff like this, but this is like one of the few times where I'm like, this is totally legit, and this is amazing that it's legit.
It's amazing because it's legit, because they're not like hiding inside a hollow chimney or something.
Helios is losing his mind right now.
Oh yeah. That's so hilarious that it's the two commands.
They're going to think he's glitching it out somewhere.
Right next to each other.
And then someone on Blue 4 who has admin access is going to log in, see where Despo is, and then go out and go, yeah, guys, it's legit, but I can't tell you where. This is actually...
So I guarantee you Helios and all the other guys are filing staff report buttons like, hey, it's broken. And they're like, no.
It's broken.
Not. I would have been surprised if we saw a message right now.
Ooh.
Wait, what?
Dogbert thinks... Oh! Norris hopping on the cab.
Dogbert! He found him! He found him! And he gets the kill!
Hop in the truck! Hop in the truck!
Despo hops into the truck!
No!
No!
Okay.
Oh! He's trying to get back in! He gets back out! Oh my God! Despo! 2 kills! Oh my God, that was amazing! 2 kills on the last stand!
He went. How did he know? They all went to it.
I think. Okay, so obviously he was probably on whispering, but at that distance, Dogbert might have picked up on something. He also.
I think Dogbert called it out as soon as he went under before that happened, but that was.
Dogbert was also on the.
Brilliant.
What is this? This is the northwest corner, looking between the gap of the truck and what would have he would have. Seen this recession in the wall. Maybe would have seen the edge of his uniform or something.
I'm gonna call it now. I think he said something. He might have intimidated them or some shit.
I know Dogbert.
Like 4 dudes turned to it at the exact same time.
Amazing.
Oh, I didn't see that.
It had to have been him saying so, which I give props for Despo because he could have just hidden there the entire time to like screw with Blue 4, but that's being a good sport. This is a delaying tactic, and he did the delay.
There's 19 minutes left on the clock.
He still got 2 kills too with a positive KD after trolling.
And he killed Dogbert. Those are two he killed.
Oh, man.
Oh, and it looks like Blue 4 got picked apart in the middle one.
Oh, I don't even... Yeah, you're right. They did. There's only one guy left. We don't even care about that. That was just Desmo playing hide and seek, man. That's where the real shit's at.
Yeah, Dreek's doing pretty much what Depso did and just hiding in the corner of a building on the edge of the sector. But the rest of the team who has been defending this, yeah, like you said, picked him apart.
I mean, this isn't really a place to start talking about WMDs, my friend, so... Yeah. Love the little checkpoint there. Little chicken coop detainee area as well.
So now we got some more Blue 4 coming up. They're going to take one of the other trucks.
I don't think the BTR is going to be much of a problem. It looks like they're not even...
Because that is going to be a very useful asset. Both for the armor and the dishcom. Plus, it's pretty mobile.
So we're at about the halfway point right now, because you got to remember they added about 6 minutes to safe start, so that 18, it's +6. So we're only halfway through the round. I love how Blue 4 is having a squad like chase down the BTR 40. That's an Op Force possession.
Oh, yeah.
And they got the helicopter over that. I'm going to be honest, the helicopter should be dedicated to hunting the BTR 40s at this point to nullify that asset advantage.
Oh, that's actually a really good idea, because with the minigun one especially, they can just hover over it and get the perfect angle to hit both the driver and the gunner.
Sorry, Just Kids, this isn't the stream for it. Other streams, sure, why not? But this one...
Yeah, so with that, the extra time they have, what, like 25 minutes or so? That's still, like, not a ton of time, but it's...
With what
I think
extra time?
it would be enough.
The extra time only applies to safe start, I think.
So...
No, but it gets put on towards the end of the round. Like, it doesn't take away time from the actual round.
So what they do is they just hold it. They just prevent the triggers from firing when the time runs out. They'll probably say it's quote-unquote overtime and put it to 6 minutes, and then overtime will additionally kick in if, let's say, Sector 2 gets taken and Blue 4 is in Sector 1 while Op 4 is. So.
To control that, so...
Yeah.
Whatever
That's just an administrative thing at that point. Apparently Falcon's RPK broke.
Blue 4 dismounted half a click away from their objective, so they're not going to get there in time to assist Charlie at all. We've got Korvac and Arzen are the only remnants of Charlie HQ up here for Blue 4.
I've really asked that during the intermission.
I don't think these guys are
going to
get there anywhere close to quick enough to get these two survivors. I think Korvac is about to get overrun here by Mikkel. He's pushing this smoke and throwing grenades all over the place. Oh, his Artisan is hanging low inside the sector. Blue 4 X-Ray are still up here on the hill. Did their sniper get taken out? Nope, Pierce is still up. 0 kills on his name.
Going to go into overtime at this rate, because Korvac getting taken out by Michael, but yeah, actual overtime. Helicopter just flew right over an Op 4 squad. A lot of rounds bounced off, but otherwise no significant damage there. The reason it's going to go in overtime is because Blue 4 is really, really slow on these maneuvers. We've got about 21 minutes remaining.
Helicopter might be going down. There's beeping inside the cockpit.
No, it looks like they've got control of it.
He's got control. He's going to land it, though, I think, to repair it, though. So he's going to repair it behind friendlies.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
Because we'd hear the engine spooling down if it was actually hit. Based on how he just landed that, too, I think he has some tail rotor damage because he did a little bit of a skid on the rotation there. But looking over, we have a Vic cooking off. That's the, oh, no, it's the UAZ. Interesting. So now Blue 4 is running into some Op 4 resistance. That's going to slow down their right flank, meaning the weaker left flank with only a squad, though they have the BTR-40 to work with, is going to be fighting a majority of the Op 4 defense force here. That's going to probably take... This firefight alone is probably going to be the stalling point. And then Blue 4... Yep.
Cholt did take off again. He did not get out to repair it. He just kind of held on the ground for a minute, I think, checked himself, and I guess decided he was going to keep going.
Maybe a bandage then, yeah.
That could be it, too. Because he did take a lot of fire, for sure.
Just Kids, it can be. How are the overall objective is sector control for this round?
Yeah, he is. He's going up to Miller. He's going to
I'll indulge you. I'll talk about WMVs, or at least my 2 cents on them during intermission.
Tesco right here, if he looks under it. I feel like he's a smart enough guy to where he's going to notice that.
Hold up, look at Artisan, but Chow's about to counter him. Chow's literally sprinting right up to Artisan. Whoa. Hello?
Chow doesn't have his gun out. He's trying to negotiate.
He almost shoots Chow, and then Artisan gets around. What is this?
And now Artisan has the fort. He has Fort Badass.
What the f? Chow's gonna come up and make. Oh my god.
Oh, he's trying to go for that 7.62 AK, or is it 5.45?
Brilliant.
No, 5.45.
These are 5.45. Yep. So Chow double taps. I don't know what Chow was thinking because the PID is very much different. I just saw Montgomery run up and kill someone. That might have been Michael, because I know he was in that position. Oh, that was funny.
Bay is up here on the hill taking a lot of fire, but he seems to be dancing between all the bullets. Tossing grenades way too short for them to be effective.
All right, so I think the left side of Blue 4's attack might be able to punch through here. Oh, who are you, Clown Prince?
Martin spotting the big left side push with
timestamp down. Has the other UH-60 run out of ammo for its 2 guns? It had about 2,000 rounds each, but if it's already burned them all in early game fighting, I wouldn't be surprised.
He's never been shooting a lot, but considering he's got 2 to work with and only 1 gunner, I think he's still got plenty. He's just kind of pacing himself.
2 dead in the field, 1 dead Blue 4, another dead Op 4. Actually, 2 more dead Op 4. Lost my place there, but there was at least 4 dead Op 4 and 1 dead Blue 4 back there. Falcon trying to reposition himself, but he's gonna end up out of position. So I'm gonna actually walk back on my words. I thought Op 4 would be able to put up a little bit more of a fight here, but a lot of their outer perimeter forces have gone down in only a few minutes. We might see Falcon and Dooley on the southern side be able to push in towards the south on the right flank, but the left flank is the more worrisome one with that BTR-40 Dishka. And so far, they've been making a pretty good foothold here, especially with the confusion Artisan gave in the AO from that initial attack from like 20 minutes ago. Diablo, my man, I haven't seen you in a hot second.
They're supporting
since what, Splendid Squad? I've seen you on Twitter, though. How are you doing, my man?
That's going to get their heads down and allow for...
What were you playing? More armor or something else? Thank you for the raid, my friend.
West side. Gives them a chance to maneuver out of the line of fire. What was that?
That was
Righto, Diablo.
Must have been.
I wonder if yeah, right, man.
Small rockets were.
We got to get on Nillers and Leclerc to host another one. I've been on their ass for a while, but it's up to them at the end of the day. But right on, man. I'll see you when I see you. All right, Dooley and Falcon on the southern side of this Blue 4 force here. Blue 4 has no idea they're here. Those rounds are Amaz firing HE down at looks like Chow's position.
I don't think I've ever heard that sound file before.
Falcon and Dooley getting 2 kills here, but now you got DLX and Mike firing down.
Ween just got absolutely annihilated. It looked like by his own rocket, I'm pretty sure.
No, it came from Bravo or Delta.
Must have.
But that entire southern Blue 4 group is now turning to randomly engage the south. They have no idea where some of these shots are coming from. Falcon's going to come up and flank on the left. He's got to be careful, though, because...
Bridges running out of the zone. Chow's going to be the last
15 minutes.
one. And as Chow moves out, the sector is now going to be pretty much neutral. Chow's going to be right on the border of it, looking to assist.
You just spot Mike. Falcon with an RPK. He's got at least 6 guys around him and a 7th coming up from the south. He spots DLX. Gets the knockout in the double tap. Michael then pushes him. Falcon can't get through the bush. Avoids the bullets. Sprays down Mike. I don't see any blood on the ground. I don't think Falcon got hit there. Gets a reload. Goes prone. Sly's coming around. Sly doesn't spot him. Falcon's gonna overcommit. Catches Sly on the rear.
Ooh.
This is why I like watching Falcon, because this is just beautiful here. He's on 3. Dooley still harassing from the south.
So aggressive with this play.
Falcon spots Tech. Unfortunately, Grab also fired, and there's a nasty crossfire taking him out.
Ooh, but that frag.
And Dooley also has pulled back here.
You guys should watch Bay. He's making a one-man stand against an entire force.
Yep, Bay and Falcon to the top here, and you're right. Bay on 2 right now. Doing his best to run his little guerrilla war here. Sector 2 went down because Chow was just on the outside of it. Dreek is down. We have 13 minutes remaining. Some charges going off. Don't know from where. That was to the rear.
Nope. Pulling off now.
That's Cholt just dicking around with that one remaining helicopter to kind of bait them into firing their ammo here. Bay otherwise getting taken out by Norris with the Mark 14. Oh, God. Norris even took the freaking scope off of it. It's used as a 7.62 battle rifle. And he has an HE RPG.
Tech and Arcor. Tech trying to fire through the bushes and nearly grazing Dooley a number of times. Dooley's going to push up. Gets caught on the bushes. Here comes Arcor on his right.
Oh, can Dooley pick off Arcor through the bush? Yes, he does!
Gets a headshot. Pops a reload with that SVD.
He's going to spot Tech. Tech goes evasive. He's got that 240 barrage. Oh, no, excuse me, the M60. Even then, 7.62 by 51. It's, ooh,
nothing to
nasty.
Mess with.
Dooley got played a little bit there. Tech got caught on the texture of the bush, so he glided around a bit. But now we have 12 and a half minutes. Blue 4 already bounding forward with the squad. This could go to overtime. Blue 4 does outnumber Op 4 slightly, but Blue 4 is in at least 3 different chunks right now. So Op 4 could very well defeat Blue 4 in detail here, but this is going to go to overtime at this rate, because that first group's going to attack. They're going to get cut down pretty hard, but they're going to make a little bit of damage on Sector 1. That second group that's in Sector 2 right now is then going to move in, probably force it to overtime. You're going to have X-Ray come off that hill, and you're also going to have that group that Falcon and Dooley were harassing come in during the overtime. And then it's just going to be a slog, and we're probably going to have another maybe 5 to 10 minutes, depending on how it plays out. But this is going to be one very long round, in my opinion.
Personally, I would think that Blue 4 X-Ray is going to stay up on that ridge until pretty late, or pretty close to overtime. Maybe once it pops, they'll actually move down, assuming the other squads are able to push in. Because that is a lot of open ground going downhill for them to cover. And if they go in a safe route, that's going to take more time, which is a luxury they don't really have at this point.
Well, they got 11 minutes to get in the sector. I mean, the closest group, in my opinion, could get in there and then start struggling with the few outer perimeter guys that are there. X-Ray, I mean, how many kills is Pierce on? Is he still on 0? He's on 1, so he's at least doing some work from up there, but it's light. Chow here, though, is keeping that Sector 2 group pinned.
There's the timer in the bottom left now.
Yep, 11 minutes. I think that top right group for Blue 4 can go in, but really, where is that other helicopter?
Landing.
So it's been out of ammo then for a while. Actually, they don't even have a gunner.
They're still doing fake landings.
I mean, that one makes sense, though. Get Op 4 to turn around to the west by making them think they've done a landing to the west to pull units off of the eastern side to allow for Blue 4 Bravo to push in.
Yeah,
that, I think...
South side bridges and Vagrant.
That's been the smartest fake landing all night.
That is really smart.
It's just, the one issue is now Cindy's screwed, because now you have all these Op 4 guys looking in Cindy's direction, and Cindy's running down an open hilltop here.
And that's why I said that it was a bad idea for them to push down here.
Yeah, X-Ray's been constantly screwed by the fake landings here. That just shows a lack of coordination between some assets, but great coordination on others. And we just have a GL coming all the way over there. But I see what they're going for. The one thorn that's going to be on this front Blue 4 side is Olaf. And Olaf, he is the, he's picked up the sniper. So he's not going to have too much. He might be able to get on the ridge and pick off people behind their push, but I think Blue 4 is going to be able to get in there beforehand. Alpha 2, meanwhile, has loaded up in a BTR-40, and they're pushing in, and now you got the, wow, the group that Falcon and Dooley harass is now getting picked up by the chopper. They're going to be flown in. So Blue 4 might be able to last-second rush this objective before overtime, and even then they're going to definitely get the overtime because they've been able to redeploy their forces almost instantly. As I say that, Vagrant gunned down by the BTR-40.
And on Blue 4's rear line, Chow is pushing up, following the flow of Blue 4's traffic. Let's see what he's able to do on the rear line.
Yeah, Twitch is Twitch, but you never know what's going to happen
here and try and crawl up to the fence. There's an opening.
Vagrant wakes back up, is able to crawl back. We have a big gap on the bottom right side of this sector. The group that's pushed north is now going to keep the northern side of the defenders pinned, allowing for more room for the southern group to come in, and then X-Ray coming down a little earlier is going to keep all of that pinned as well. So we'll see what is able to hold. But a lot of the groups have regrouped here. Chow's going to be on the rear. Olaf's going to be on the rear. I don't know if they're going to be able to get somewhere in time to outmaneuver, but this is some really great rallying we're seeing. And it looks like Circles has redeployed that force to X-Ray's position to Overwatch. Weird call, but I guess to keep any forces that were on the western side pinned by that firefighter, at least to shoot down in the town, but I don't think it's close enough for OpFor to actually care. We see a few guys firing up at that hilltop, but it's not a lot. Blue 4 doing a massive smoke charge from the south. They're getting pinned, though. This is giving Chow more time.
Genry getting rebuffed there by Revenge. But they are inside the zone now, so that overtime is going to pop for sure. Well, at least with the current situation.
Yeah, that's actually a good chunk of Blue 4 guys getting in there. Olaf was not able to get into position to hit him on the rear. He has his handgun out, so he is wanting to take it to CQC. But this Blue 4 group causing overtime to kick off. If that happens, we need to see Chow make one hell of a play here. Because if he doesn't, I think Blue 4 is going to be able to overwhelm this AO because they just have the numbers. But Chow is in a great position to hit people in the rear. He needs to be checking like bush to bush, taking out any Blue 4 stragglers he can find. Because if he doesn't, Blue 4 is pretty much going to take this. I do like I'm seeing Norris, who took that HE RPGs, putting rounds into random buildings here.
Yeah, and Circle's doing another fake
Chow is going to find Eagle. Eagle gets taken out. Now Chow needs to take Eagle's gun to confuse weapon PID. And then he can keep booping Blue 4 in the back. That would be what I do in his shoes. Chol just being an annoying mosquito all night with that unarmed helicopter. Olaf is going to luck out here. He's going to switch to his marksman rifle. The Mosin gets a kill because Blue 4's kind of stopped right here. Genry's going to... Please tell me Genry's not going to stop on that corner.
Oh, no. Olaf can't see him. His scope is blocking him. There, he finally sees him.
Did Genry see him? Genry saw Olaf, though. Olaf's going to have to switch to his handgun because that Mosin's not going to have the... it's a bolt. So he's throwing some grenades to try to weaken them. Meanwhile, Chow is engaging Red Claw.
Oh, no. Olaf doesn't...
Unable to get the kill. And Genry gets him on the flank.
He went for the 90-degree flick, but I think was just off to his right.
Blue 4 pushing Ukrainian Cindy down into the forest. They're dealing with OpFor on that side. And Chow just got engaged and taken out by Nelson because Chow tried to go past the road instead of down the trees. That was a weird call. I guess he tried to reposition, but again, there's too much Blue 4 here. This is going to go into overtime, and this is eventually going to be a Blue 4 victory at this rate. Now you're having Nielsen from the south starting to enter that sector. Revenge firing from the flank, gets Wayne from an SVD snipe. Gets Genry, too. Great double kill by Revenge. He is on 4 kills now. It's only Thyrib and Rust in the sector. Now it's the southern guys starting to push in.
Yep.
Nielsen firing...
Yep, he's hitting the Tyrab there.
And he gets Tyrab. Bit of blue on blue there, but...
It is pretty far away, but that PID should be noticeable.
This balance could switch at a moment's notice, though, if we have more plays like that, because the numbers game is very, very close right now. So if we have a few more accidents, this could still turn into OpFor's favor. This is going to be very close. But my God, this is probably going to be the longest round I've ever covered, because with the 5-minute overtime for safe start, and then on top of that, we're definitely going to have overtime in here, and there's a good chunk of players on both sides. This could be like a minute 15, minute 20 round, depending on how hard the CQC goes.
The rest of the southern side is we see Russ actually coming in really hot from the northeast. He's going to start breaching these trenches here. Mito waiting for him. He gets stuck on another trench. Mito
fires a GL, misses. I do appreciate what Schultz doing though. Great play with the M60 there.
Yeah.
But with Schultz flying overhead like this, he's distracting OpFor.
Man. Just clearing rooms with that giant machine gun. He's gonna scavenge some nades real
Chopper
quick.
just deployed 4 more people.
Mito and Blom taking cover behind the statue.
Probably from that ridge. That was Delta that was up there. Catnip trying to engage Iqbal. Iqbal getting knocked to his legs. Jane trying to finish it, unable to. Seven gets a kill on someone. Continuing with that that PKM. Smoke grenade thrown up there. I think that was a misplay by Saddam who wanted to frag.
Yeah.
Seven throwing a grenade down there now. Revanche still on this flank with the marksman rifle. We have some blind suppression by Fez. I'm not sure if he spotted Revanche in that bunker.
No way, not with that M60. You would need to see like tracers or something coming from it.
Blue Force numbers are too much. We need to see someone with a machine gun either get a great flank on a few guys stacked up on a building, or we need to see this just get wrapped up.
The Blom and Catnip are holed up in this bunker that the engineers have built. Obviously big door there, but does have good coverage on both sides of the southwest and northwest entrances. However, Russ coming in now. He's gonna find this door that leads into it with a fresh box.
More shots going up on the chopper. Again, that's just OpFor getting their positions baited out. Russ coming in. Blows Blam away. And gets the double kill. Oh my god, Rust. Yeah, the OpFor guys got stuck on their own trench trying to push back. Mito finally gets him with the headshots. We have Vi, Sharp, and Nielsen all down to what I don't know.
Yeah, he's looking exactly onto them, and he's gonna start double
Revanche starts picking them off, yep.
That's big. So they're not giving up without a fight. Seven getting encroached by Ukrainian Taliban and Saddam. Mito on the other side is clearing as well inside that bunker.
Choppers are going to start landing and dismounting to join the fight. Revanche getting another shot. Up to 7 kills.
Trying to get Mike as well now, make it 8.
That guy just died as he shot at the helicopter. I don't know who picked him off. Dalto might spot Revanche. Cholt getting knocked out by Revanche.
Oh, Mito getting 1. But
and double tapped. Revanche on 8. Dalto deciding not to push.
I don't think he knows quite yet.
1 minute, but it's going to go into overtime.
Is that statue of Lenin just floating right now?
Yes.
Or I guess it's not.
Excellent. I think because the stand that it was on maybe blew up, but communism is where the government does things, according to Morks. I love it. They've made a custom caption. Revanche might get a snipe on Egg here.
Amazing.
Nope, he's firing at Mike. Revanche takes a GL, though.
I think it landed just outside. I think he's okay.
It's 3 versus 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 3v11. Might have miscounted, but it's around 11 players for Blue 4. Revanche, though, I mean, he's on 8. Puma firing out his position, though. I think his luck's about to run out, and then you got Galil and Jane camping this one building.
Yep, 11 Blue 4, 10 in the zone. So with the mission time counting down to 3, 2, 1.
Oh, okay.
No. It's going to go to overtime. It's going to go to overtime. What?
Okay. Well. We'll say that they hit the nuclear option. OpFor wins via nuke.
Tactical nuke inbound.
Tactical nuke inbound. Turn the key. Well, that was unexpected, I think we could all say and agree.
Oh shit, sustained assault.
That's not correct.
All right, I'll see you guys.
Later.
Have a good stream.
You too, man. Wait, you don't stream.
One, man.
Fuck.
I mean, if I go into a river stream, I stream.
Oh my god.
You piss in the river? Weird thing to end on.
All right. I'm in a bit of a pickle here.
All right, I'm gonna update my mission commands and go and grab a drink.
Yep, take your time. All right, chat, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna refund the prediction. All right, I know that's not what some of you want to hear, but I'm gonna be perfectly honest. Blue 4 might have been able to bounce back from that. It's very unlikely, but it was down to 10. Revanche had a good position. He could have picked off a few more dudes, and the 2 remaining in the building might have been able to break through, push out. But if I stick with my norm, I have to say Op4 won that. But it literally... Op4 was very unlikely to win that. It should have gone to overtime, but it didn't.
Yeah, it really should have.
So I'm going to... Don't question our North Korean tech with our statue. Oh my god. I'm going to refund the prediction because it's...
that's what it was. There was no overtime because it was waiting.
There should have been overtime.
The Lenin statue
and it did
charge up.
Yep, it was the Lenin statue break, and that's what we're going to base that off of. But...
Based on what?
I'm just going to refund that because I don't think that was fair either way. And we're still on sustained assault, so I don't know what's going on here. In this FNF bet, so whatever side that wins should be awarded. Bror, I agree with you, but when literally the game mode said in the mission file the rules for overtime of if there's one sector left and the attacking faction is in that sector, which they were, then it would be overtime. There was no overtime, though, and Op4 won, but that's why I'm not paying it out. I'm just refunding everyone because it bugged out. And every time something's bugged out, I refund. Because at that point, it's unfair. Because if I then pay it out to Op4, that's total bullshit, in my opinion, because Op4 was very, very unlikely to win that. Very, very unlikely. Could have happened, but doubt it. Because Revanche, even though he was up on 8 kills, he was about to get walked up on by 5 Blue 4 dudes, and then he probably would have been able to take out a few more. But eventually, with that 10-round marksman rifle, he would have been overwhelmed. That would have left Blue 4 on 8 guys, and it was only 2 Op4 guys camping a building, which you could just grenade to death, and there was no rooftop on. So someone could have satcheled it as well. Again, quite possibly, Op4 could have pushed out, killed everyone with those 2 remaining guys if Blue 4 just restacked and Op4 caught them with their pants down. But we won't know because it didn't go into overtime. So I can't pay the prediction out if it just craps out like that because... How do I put it? Let me play devil's advocate here, or I guess reinforce it in a different way. If they didn't have that overtime statement to state the overtime rules and it just went out to time, then I would have paid it out to Op4. But because they had those overtime rules in play and they didn't kick in, that's why I'm refunding it. Because it clearly stated it should have gone to overtime and it didn't. So I'm calling it out for what it is. Otherwise, let's go ahead and write up our commands for round 2. This is going to be a rush objective. All right, so that means they have to be done in sequential order. Blue 4 is attacking green 4 objectives. I think overtime broke because they extended safe start time for whatever reason. Again, I don't know why. We think it's because they wanted it to get a little brighter, but I don't even know why they need to do that because by the time it would have gotten brighter in those 5 minutes, the boats would have gone in. It's not like Op4 capitalized on defending the freaking harbor anyway, so, you know. And if you're still bitching about it, then I'm sorry to say, but that's just how it works. I'm sorry. Blue 4 has a 10% numbers advantage. 2 APB 115. Okay, interesting. Just gonna write that out. And an AH6 Little Bird. While green 4 has 2 BTR 40s and 2 fishing boats. Yes, armed fishing boats. Always bet fishing boats. No, because they've never done something where they trade overtime for safe start, and they would say over the global chat why they did overtime if they were going to do a change like that. So I don't know, man. But Revanche, that was a great last stand, man. Good luck. Good luck with round 2. Script breaking's a part of the game. Yep, I know. And 5 saying he shot the admins and replaced them with his own. All right. Fair enough. Now, let's see. 2 questions that I was asked to deal with. I'm also going to switch my music. Let's get that changed up. All right. First off, because someone asked, and I don't like to get political, should WMDs exist? My personal opinion, it's just the evolution of technology. Without atomic bombs, we wouldn't have atomic energy. That's just how technology progresses, because technology over the past 100, 150 years has been driven to advanced weaponry and military technologies, and then they've slowly been pushed into the civilian markets. It's because of military technology we have things like GPS, fiber optics, all that crazy stuff, because military is probably the best economy to run, period. Just look at the Cold War, for example.
Big boom.
The fact that World War II was, I mean, only about 80 years ago.
Yeah.
So that's, I mean, there's still a lot of technology that came from World War II.
Yep.
Or in some way was a result of the people in World War II, scientists.
Also, the think tanks they had during the Cold War in the U.S. I mean, that's how cell phones and shit were made, too. But yeah, WMDs are just a byproduct of that. WMDs lead to other things that can be used in the civilian markets, but to say we shouldn't have WMDs, I think is dumb, because that's the ultimate deterrent to eventually lead to peace. To tie in another quote, one of my favorite ones from Fallout, which is from a movie, and they just flip-flop the words, like I always say, a polite society is an armed society. If everyone has something to counter someone else, then no one's gonna try anything. So, you know. But that's going to get super political. That's just my stance on it. That's just how I see the world. Frisk Sketchers, the 8-month resub. Hope you keep enjoying the operations. Hope you get a nice kick out of the scenario. Second question I got, how to get into Zeusing. What I would recommend is you find a community, search for a few, find one that you like, yada-da. You play with them for a while, and then eventually when the opportunity arises, I want to say at the minimum 4 to 6 months, especially if it's your first time. Then you start looking into stepping up as a Zeus. Once you actually have started Zeusing for places, it becomes a little easier to, step up in other communities. I mean, there's communities out there that, reach out to me and pay me to do it. But it's a very big trust exercise where a community trusts you to give them an operation that they are expecting to be under their quality, and their quality of operation might vastly differ from another community. Grandiose example I can think of off the top of my head. A World War II unit's operation is going to be much different than a Star Sims operation in terms of asset balance, what they're going to be fighting, what they're going to be doing, blah, blah, blah. So in order to get that experience, you have to actually play for that unit. Or in my case, you have to spend like 10 hours studying that unit, how they organize themselves, how they conduct themselves in operations, all that jazz. That's why I do less paid ops these days, because that takes a lot of time and people never realize that, and they want to pay me peanuts for stuff like that. But I do my best to study up on them. But after that, like in that meantime, while you're playing with that unit, 1 or 2 ops a week, most units only do 1 or 2 ops a week anyway. Go into the Eden editor, put a Zeus module down, and just play with the interface. Play with the mod set. that you have. Figure out what assets are where, what assets look cool, what does the attach command do, what does the scripting function do, what is scripting, you know? Learn from that so you have at least a somewhat decent foundation, and then go from there. And then another program that some communities have, which I strongly encourage, is a Zeusing program. So TSBs, for example, how we vet Zeus is that Zeus has to be a secondary Zeus to sit in on 3 different Zeus's operations from 3 different people. So they can see how 3 different Zeuses that already exist in the community conduct themselves, because no 2 Zeuses Zeus the same way. It's a very unique, like Dungeon Masters for Dungeons & Dragons, D&D. No Dungeon Master does their games the same way as another. So by getting that broadened horizons, they can develop their own Zeusing style, but they can also see examples of what those Zeuses do to balance operations, and they see the feedback that comes in, because in TSB we have a feedback system as well, to see what the players liked and didn't like. From there, they then have, I think it's a 1 or 2 hour sit-in where someone who is experienced with the Eden editor teaches them how to make missions. And then they have to run 3 ops where an existing Zeus sits in to make sure they don't do anything stupid. And then after that, they're given the green light to run their own operations. A lot of communities have similar stuff, at least larger ones do, but they all do it in their unique way, but it always involves at least having the new Zeus sit in on a current acting Zeus and seeing how they do things. And that's just to help smooth the process. That way the new Zeus doesn't do anything too crazy or too outside of the box. But that system's only as good as the existing Zeuses. That's why, for example, when I started Zeusing for the 501st like 2 or 3 years ago, I brought in some really crazy stuff that got me in a lot of trouble. And turned into a sprinting droidica fiasco. But that's a story for a different time. But that's generally the gist of how you would get involved in Zeusing for a community. And those opportunities, especially like the bigger the community is, the more rare the opportunity for that is, because the more competitive it is, because of the more people in the community that are already seeking that position. So if you really wanted to get into Zeusing, I'd recommend you find a smaller community and then work with them. Because I know a small community right now, they needed a new Zeus, so they actually took someone who had only been there for like 2 months. And they gave him the reins, and so far they've actually been doing pretty all right. Okay.
2 months is better than nothing.
Yeah.
I think I've seen maybe once or twice someone who tried to go, like, pretty much jump maybe 1, maybe 2 missions on the ground, and then going in trying to do Zeus, and it just doesn't end up well.
Yeah.
It's a level of knowledge that can only be gained by time.
Oops. Yep, gonna go back to push to talk here. And I gotta set my prediction, but I assume the round just started, so.
Yep, it just now started. So I'll go over the briefing again if you want while you set that up.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this one is going to be a, what was it again? Is it terminal uplink?
It's a rush objective. Yep.
Yeah, it's terminal rush. This one acts like Rush from the Battlefield series with the MCOMs. You have to take them in sequential order. But background. Armed police strikes at the heart of an ongoing human trafficking operation. Though there are no victims in the area, there is still plenty of information to be found that will aid in rescuing affected individuals. Area of operations, sandy and hilly. Mission rules, nothing specific. Game mode rush. The mission will go into overtime and the final terminal is being hacked.
I could make an information for that doggo if you want, but...
View distance 1250 meters. No magnified optics. Defender 45 points, 125.
Do you have any tips for being a Zeus? Yes.
Matt is going to be the Moz for Blue 4 and the RPG 32 for Green 4, both AT rockets, no HE. Do you want to go through the uniforms, or do you want me to?
I'll do it 1 second. Sorry, answering more questions, but we have to roll it back. Roll it back. That's for something else, right, Barb? Ooh. Yeah, I know. Ooh. Anyway. Uniforms for Blue 4 are African police kits. Checking their DMR because it's not mentioned. Looks like it's going to be an SVD. Shut up. Otherwise, they have FAMAS's HK416s, Glock 17s for the secondary, Mini-Me's and FN Mags for the support LMGs and MMG respectively for the FN Mag, an M72 Law for the light anti-tank disposable. Recon's going to get the T5000 sniper, and the suppressed shooters get a choice of a Mark 14 or an AS Val. That's actually an interesting choice. I'd probably go with the 14, but the AS Val, I mean, that's been hit or miss, but interesting choice between 7.62 by 51 or 9 by 39. Otherwise, Crew and Aviation get the Scorpion or the HK416 carbine version of the D10, meaning it's a 10-inch barrel. Otherwise, nothing on the crew served weapons. Assets for Blue 4, they get 2 APB M2 Humvees that are up-armored, 5 UAZs for transports, 3 motorbikes usually for X-ray to use, 2 transport M151 Humvees, 3 police Skodas, 3 police Volga Gazes, and then 1 AH-6 Little Bird that has... Whoa, no. There's no fucking way they gave that rockets. There's no fucking way.
No, that's wrong. It lied.
Yeah, no, it lied. Yeah, there's only one freaking gun pod. Sometimes it breaks. The script breaks and doesn't show what they should put on it. But I was about to say, like, it does not have HE rockets. There is no way in hell they put HE rockets on that. Knowing FNF. I was about to say, like, that's 14 HE rockets. There's no way in hell. But no, it's just one M134 pylon. Go ahead.
I gotta deal with something.
Go ahead.
That made me so hard. I just take
yep,
a second.
of course. But they only got 1 minigun pylon, probably with only, I want to say 1,000 to 2,000 rounds, knowing FNF's balance. But they still have the Little Bird, and with the right pilot, which I think Vagrant's gonna take it. No, he's just standing up in front of it. Mountain's gonna fly it. He's a good pilot, not the best I would say, but he is up on the higher tiers for FNF. So we'll see what he does with it tonight.
I hope he doesn't fly into a mountain.
Barb?
Yeah?
Barb, can you... I want you to listen here, okay? Ready? Kill yourself. Okay. Now... Okay. So Green 4 is going to... in case I couldn't read, I have to squint here to read this. It's really small text. It is Modern African Militia Desert Camouflage. Small text. Very, very small text.
Is, with it being National Disabled Awareness Month, here at FNF, we try.
I mean, you just made that joke, so yes, you are disabled. But anyway.
Exactly. So I'm a shining example. But what we've done here for the Green 4 Forces is we've made the text legible for anyone with terrible fucking eyesight. So anyone's grandma, grandpa, they can come play FNF and maybe have a heart attack or two when they crash into a mountain.
All right, Green 4's marksman rifle is going to also be an SVD. Loadouts are going to be AKMs and AKSs, PM handguns for their secondary, RPK and PKP for the support machine guns, RPG-26 for the light anti-tank, T5000 sniper rifle for X-ray, and an AKS or an AS Val. AKS is 45-round mags for the recon suppressed shooters. And then crew and aviation get a choice of a PP-2000 or an AKS. Nothing on the crew served weapons. Assets, they get a battle bus. And 2 GAZ-66 trucks, a pickup car, 2 Dishka fishing boats, and 2 BTR-40s with Dishkas. Looking at the coast here, these Dishka fishing boats have a front shielded Dishka, and then 2 side Dishkas, and a rear PKT. Actually, if we go and look under Green 4...
Oh, these are the fun boats. Yeah. These are, I think, recent additions from Cup.
So they also have a smoke screen generator. That is dope. So it's 900 rounds for the PKT, and then all of the Dishkas have 9 boxes of 50 rounds each, so 450, 12.7. That's awesome.
Like, this could rival the Mark V from RHS, honestly.
It's only going to be usable in Sector 3, or at least Terminal 3 on the coast, and I want to see it used. It's probably not going to be used, but I hope to God it's used.
Yeah, that's really going to be about it, and they're not going to have too much room to maneuver out to sea. They should be a decent enough distance away to where anyone shooting from the coast has to really lead their shot.
Rockets are right, that's what I say.
Yeah, this is going to be the only place where it's even viable, but because it's inside this barn here, they'll be able to pan it pretty easily with a 50 cal Dishkins.
Yeah, especially because it's a wooden texture, so it's really easy to penetrate in with 12.7 or any other anti-material rifle and just murder everything inside. But otherwise, terminals do have to be taken in order. I don't imagine Green 4 is actually going to go down to Terminal 1. They might teleport over there and build a defensive line, but I assume Green 4 is just going to stick to Terminal 2 and 3 and leave Terminal 1 as a distraction. Maybe put a squad down there just to hold out, put some explosive traps, but that's going to be it, because otherwise it's going to be...
this one, I'm not sure entirely what the mission maker was thinking.
Yeah.
Well, these are natural buildings, so there's a town here, but the fact that it's a solid 2 clicks away from the second terminal, there's no way on an operation like this where it's very obvious the best route of
all right,
flow of traffic.
I'm going to rapid fire this. So Cholt leading Platoon HQ for Blue 4, Maz as the medic, Galil leading X-Rays, got Waldo as the medic, Lolo taking the sniper, already in a helicopter because it looks like the AH-6 might move him, and Revanche, who's the 2IC,
Yeah.
Green Shade and Tiger being the suppress shooters. Tiger's taking the Mark 14, Galil I can't tell because he's in a Vic, trying to look inside, but since he is... I'm trying. I see an AS Val in there, so Galil's rocking the AS Val. All right. Nielsen leading Alpha HQ, Sablon being a crewman slot, don't know what he's taking. Norris leading Alpha 1 with Bates, Herb, Iqbal, Carlson, Eagle, and Montgomery. Leberoy leading Alpha 2 with Olaf, Bacon Flavored, Ivan, Wise, Mutant, Wayne, and Rust. Thyreb leading Bravo HQ with Shrek as a crewman. Looks like he's taking the M2 Humvee, and the other one, I guess, has gone to Charlie. All right, interesting. But we'll get to there. Bravo 1 beat led by Chadwick with Jack, Nova, Rave, Master, Bannister, and Sharp under him. Dogbert leading Bravo 2 with Almtree, Red Claws, Big Ham, Leg, and Win. And then Charlie HQ has merged all the Charlie elements together. They're being led by Schnuffles with Corval, Call, and Vagrant, Tender Banner, Space Cowboy, Carl, Delso, Fez, Artisan, Puma, and Korvik all under him. And again, as I already said, Mountain is flying the helicopter. Now, Pierce is demanding Green 4, and some people, I'm going to clarify something real quick. Pierce has some really crazy plans that sometimes come up. I don't see how he can make a crazy plan for this one, but I'm sure he'll find a way to shock me. I do, whenever something weird happens, I do call it a Pierce play nowadays. I don't mean any offense to Pierce. Pierce is a wonderful commander. I've seen him do some great plays. I've seen him do some really crazy plays that somehow work, and I've also seen some crazy plays of his completely fall flat on his face. I would say he's the most controversial commander, but sometimes it works, and it really works, and I get pissed off when it works.
Controversial commander.
Controversial. Shut up.
That would be Pierce's movie. If a movie was made
that
about
would
Pierce,
be, in all honesty, but we'll see what he comes up with.
Like,
so,
Who Killed Captain Alex?
Whenever I call Pierce out, I swear, I assure you, it's not out of malice. It's just because the man comes up with some crazy shit. And Maz has already poked me saying this is going to be rough. Where is Maz? He's probably on Green 4, which means I don't... we'll find him in a second. But otherwise, Lurch leading X-Ray with Sleeve, Sledv, right?
Sledv, yeah.
Sledv, okay. So he's the two, actually he's the medic. Catnip being the sniper, Savant being the 2IC. Jane taking AKS with 45 rounds, and so is Mito. Saddam leading Alpha HQ, Alpha 1 being led by Stottenberg with Azuki, Cindy, Despo, and Cobb under him. Drake leading Bravo HQ, Bravo 1 being led by Bridges with Wheaton, Martin, Fist, Mike, and Maverick under him. Cosmonaut leading Bravo 2 with Squeak, Wiki, Miller, and Patriot under him. Roland leading Charlie HQ. Looks like Charlie 2 merged with Charlie HQ because Charlie 1's still its own element, but Roland leading Jax, and then Black Fox would have been the Charlie 2 leader who merged under with DBdev, whatever. And then Bayan leading Charlie 1 with Falcon under him, Ash, Julie, Grav, and Chow. It's a nice power couple right there. And then Tech leading Delta HQ with Delta 1 being led by Helios with Blaze, Sly, Banks, Egg, and Arcor. Where is Maz? Maz has to be on Blue 4 then. Ah, right, he was Blue 4 medic under Cholt. So he's saying it's going to be rough. So that means Blue 4 is going to do a really silly thing. They might do a rush. I'm willing to bet they're going to do a rush. And then have the helicopter lead, but they are going to have the AH-6 drop off their sniper team. So
Cholt, so they might be, Cholt might be trying to get in the head of Pierce.
I wouldn't be surprised because Pierce does
someone like Pierce
do some interesting stuff. I would say the biggest counter to Pierce is just having a really standard rush play because Pierce always comes up with some crazy stuff, but Pierce will always keep you guessing, so this might be the 1 out of 5 times where he just does a really basic defense as well. This is why I like Pierce, though, as a commander, because you can never counter him. Vagrant, you know he's going to pull something grandiose. Stark, you know he's going to effectively utilize certain groups so you can counter those certain groups. Any other default commander is usually going to play it safe, but Pierce, you don't know what the fuck Pierce is going to do. And Falcon is under Pierce, which means Falcon is going to probably bitch about it. if he has something crazy to do, but he hasn't poked me yet to say anything, which means Pierce is probably going to do something standard, which is going to probably counter whatever Chult does, because if I'm being poked by Maz to say Chult's going to do something crazy, Pierce might actually perfectly counter this, but we'll see. We'll see. But again, my favorite example to show that Pierce has crazy bullshit that happens is a World War II mission from like almost a year ago, where Pierce put like half of his force in this obscure part of the map that had absolutely no reason to have half his force there, and then all of a sudden the attacking faction went, hey, let's push almost all of our force in trucks through this really obscure part of the map that we have absolutely no business to go on. And Pierce's force is just annihilated and ambushed. And it was like, why did this work?
It's one of those things where...
It was one of those rounds.
It is better to be lucky than to be smart.
Mm-hmm. One second. Ah, man. I mean, looking at where Pierce is deploying his forces, he's going to be putting a lot of units on Sector 2 as well. We have some vehicles down to block the road, which is quite nice. Though I see that looks like he has some forces already lining up to go on the ridge here, close to the town. Now, I don't want to see him go super, super high. The really close ridge immediately to their east would be decent enough for Overwatch. But if you go super high on this ridge, you're not going to be able to have the range to hit anything in the open areas. There's just going to be too much space in it. But, I mean, with this little river as well, you could form a really nice Green 4 defensive line just on that river alone. Making your enemy pretty much go across it in a different way in part of the dry area, but that's going to at least consume time. But you know that they can't flank you and take Terminal 3. They're going to have to eventually come to Terminal 2. So maybe like a spaced out defense of holding the river and then holding the ridge would be really good, but that would have to be an all eggs in one basket play. Or, Barb, they could take the boats and they could bring them into the river. It would be suicide. But it would be funny.
Could they actually? Yeah,
they
those
could.
Boats.
They could.
Well, the one, well, obviously, yeah, that one turns into a dead end. But this one, oh, there's some shallow bits.
Oh no, this is scaring me. All of the Sector 2 defense has gone to the northeast side, and they're lined up to go onto the ridge. What are you doing? It's not a, like, if they immediately get on the two closest hills, which I know they're not going to do, but they could set up a good ambush, but they at least need people to be in the sector to prevent someone from just running in, grabbing it, and then camping it, because it's a terminal, which means someone can just run in, defend it, and then Green 4 has no opportunity to run back and touch it if someone just rushes in, which it does feel like Blue 4 is going to go for a rush play, but
yeah,
I don't know.
They need the sector, and I don't think left any presence. I don't think they were a combat engineer, so that one's going to be pretty much a freebie.
I'm scared.
But no, I'm absolutely with you. I think if Blue 4 have gotten into the head of Pierce, they're going to rush first objective, maybe first two objectives, and just see how far they can go. And it doesn't look like they're going to be taking the boats. Stavenberger is eyeing it up seductively.
I'm going to be honest, the boats are only going to be good for two things. One, directly holding Terminal 3, and two, AA. AAA, technically. So, they somehow broke all the wheels on one of the UAZs immediately. And now they might not have enough room to transport. They're going to have to go back and get the Skoda cars. That's funny. Otherwise, Blue 4 convoy coming in. And they're dividing into two groups because they're going to encircle Terminal 1. I'm going to be honest, they should have just delivered the... should have had the AH-6 Little Bird just do a flyby to see if there's anything there to lead the rush. But I know why the AH-6 Little Bird's flying over on the left flank. It's because they want to deploy the sniper somewhere, which... oh, you know, maybe putting it on the island to overwatch Terminal 3 wouldn't be a bad call, but it looks like they're overpacing it. They might deploy somewhere to the north. And yeah, Green 4 is charging up the ridge. And they're having some vehicles charge down instead.
This is way too far of engagement.
Yeah, way too far for
the average rifleman. These guys are...
and they're still climbing.
Check this.
They're still climbing.
7.62 AKs. They're going to be a little bit better than 5.45 over distance, but still a good 500-600 meters. It's not going to be accurate in the slightest.
So Blue 4, interesting enough, Blue 4 is actually dismounting on various positions, but the closest units are holding because they want to do a unified push-in, which I think is commendable. What just exploded?
I heard that too.
That was a motorcycle. Motorcycle hit a tree. Bacon is bandaging. Amazing.
Bacon.
Thankfully, no one's died. He's Alpha 2, third down. But, okay, I think he was just solo driving that in. I appreciate the unified formation they're trying to do on the active Terminal 1, but, again, this is why you want to have your helicopter scout to see if it's even necessary. But, again, they're committing that helicopter to deploying a sniper team back here, and they don't want to use an asset filled with people to shoot, but... Is Green Force still climbing that ridge?
Yeah, I think they're going right up to the peak, 228. It's not a bad, not bad eyes, but I mean, they're gonna
what's the max render distance though? It is
1250.
Okay, no, so that is a good chunk of render distance. But if you have everyone on Overwatch, who's gonna watch the town?
Yeah, it's gonna be around 600, 650, maybe 700 meters away.
Because they've got Charlie now watching the right flank on the riverbed, but who's watching the town?
They have, yeah, these guys, Roland, Black Fox, Jax, I mean, they're going to be mobile with the truck, but if Blue 4 pushes, it's not going to be a small force.
They got time because Blue 4's playing Terminal 1 cautiously because that's the only thing they can do. AH-6 Little Bird now pulling to the north. I think it should have circled and gone on the right and then started doing reconnaissance on Terminal 1, or at least start reconning Terminal 2.
But just before this was set down Lolo and Revenge. So they're moving in on foot as well from the north, and the little sniper spotter team heading up along those mountain ridges. Pickled. They might run into Mito, Jane Saunders, and Lurch, who are heading on that same path, or they're gonna intersect at some point.
That's a lot of distance to cover, though.
Yeah, I think now the Little Bird, this is a good opportunity for it to do exactly that. It actually doesn't have a co-pilot, it's just Mountain in there, so if you can get someone in there to use the nose camera, you'd make a great reconnaissance vehicle, but without that, he's gonna have to use his Mark 1 eyeballs.
So Pickled in my chat is bringing up an interesting point. Maybe they're planning on sacrificing Terminal 2, and then when Blue 4 moves to Terminal 3, they're going to have Charlie and Bravo here and Delta fold in and encircle Blue 4 as they're trying to move in on Terminal 3. I don't...
That's too much of a sacrifice.
I feel like, though, that is something Pierce would pull. Something that's really grandiose like that. Now, communications normally break down in FNF. Today's been a bit of an exception because communication on rounds 1 and 2 in the previous round were amazing. Or they were just super well coordinated, but that requires communication. But it could be. It could be a honeypot to just bait Blue 4 in this area and then move in. But I don't see Blue 4 not putting forces along this ridge, or at least in the high ground here, to overwatch forces in the low ground, which I guess would just contribute to Green 4 baiting it. It's, I don't know. It's a weird call.
So Green 4X right now coming around the same ridge that Lolo and Revenge are on. They may not spot each other. This angle is going to be really precise. But
Jane might come over.
Coming right over the ridge, but they're over the next one.
No, Lolo's in the open right now.
Oh, there, skylining right there.
Jane doesn't see him.
Doesn't see Revenge there. Lurch
might have spotted them.
No, Lurch is looking way
Oh my god.
Way
Jane saw Lolo but didn't register that it was Lolo. Yep.
And I think Revenge spotted them. And so Lolo, then they're going to...
Oh, Jane's going guns up.
East.
I don't know who has their binocs out right now. It's Lurch, but they're looking left right now. I think he thinks he spotted them somewhere else.
Maybe.
But yeah, no, Revanche and Lolo are now pulling back. Oh my god. That's brilliant. That's actually brilliant. Hey, sometimes camouflage works in PvP. You'd be surprised.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Especially in something like Arma.
All right, Terminal 1's being taken now. They've put one guy in there. They're forcing all their other forces. I really hope they don't move in on foot. I hope they grab their vehicles back and push in, because honestly, it's going to take less time to do that. Because moving on foot, that's going to be 2 kilometers, and that's just going to eat the clock. So hopefully Blue 4 sends people back to grab Vix and they get remounted, but yeah, that's going to be a clean sweep there. You already seen, let's see, this one Vic over here, that's X-Ray. I guess the other part of Blue 4 moving up on the right side. But it's going to be a slow start here.
Of course, both of us have something after this, and they go the slowest that they can go. Is what it is. But yeah.
So I'm going to level with you. Because of how long the first round went, at the end of this round, if it drags out, it's going to be... that means I'm not going to be able to do my Daisy event until, like, midnight. So I'll probably make a judgment call depending on how quickly this round ends. But based off of how it's being deployed, it's going to either go to time or Blue 4 is going to steamroll. But it looks like Green 4 is starting to redeploy now, realizing that some of their positions aren't really the best, but they are capitalizing on these massive open areas. So...
yeah, I'm with you. I'll probably make a decision call as well, because the TMTM thing is, you know,
at midnight.
Once every year.
Yeah.
Or, no, it starts now.
What are you doing here then?
Doing some FNF. They're gonna be going for a while.
Okay.
So I like it. So, but yeah, we'll see. We'll both make a decision.
All right. By all means, man.
But yeah, so Green 4, they are setting up here, looking. I mean, to their credit, they are looking away from the road for the most part. So they're looking for these kind of through the trees on foot positions and not just holding the obvious spots. So credit to them where credit is due, but we'll see if it's effective.
So Don is telling me, Falcon told me to tell you, again, his squad said, we are all ready for Pierce's Fitness Gram Pacer test.
Fitness Gram Pacer test.
Unpopular opinion, I actually liked the Fitness Gram Pacer test.
Yeah, fitting his dick in your mouth. Oh! Oh! Walked right into it. Right into it. I saw Don and I went,
Well, the reason I liked it was because I had pretty good strength for my age. I only gained my gut after I started doing culinary in high school, but that was after PE was all over because we only had to take it up to 10th grade. Fun fact, though, I took 10th grade PE online so I could free up more, free up a slot so I could take my culinary stuff a year early because of how the schedules were rigged. But that's for a different time. Probably I'll tell that story while I'm doing mission dev.
Tender rank and moving on foot.
But culinary arts was probably the most fun I had, other than meeting Bloodwind.
So it looks like some of Blue 4 did go to their vehicles. Some are still on foot. Most of them are actually getting back in their vehicles, but they are moving away from the road.
Oh, this is going to be another long one, isn't it? I do appreciate Blue 4 remounting all their Vics, but we're going to be spending a lot of time looking at the macro here.
Rolling up and cutting his engine. So they'll probably dismount here.
Ooh, laggy.
Scout out that river on foot.
I don't know what the hell's laggy over here, but... yeah, it's something I think towards the town here.
A nerd.
What? Oh, Don calling me a nerd or something. Or was it Bundle? I don't know. It's fine. Yeah, Pickled, round one went really far.
We got a little bit of time before I think we're going to see contact again. What do you got going on in the DayZ event?
So it's going to be an escort. I'm going to start an Essiker. I'm going to use the P menu to friend everyone so they can actively see my position. I've got 3 locked safes to go to. Each safe has a good chunk of some loot. And whoever's escorting me gets the loot. That's it. And then after the 3rd safe, I'll turn off my invincibility and someone can shoot me in the face, because that seems to be the norm for events like these.
Fair enough.
I'm trying to make the events a little closer to the spawn point so people can get fielded back in, but this is going to be a pretty heavily PvP event. However, the start's going to be a little PvE because I'm going to spawn about 50 zombies around me and, you know, make the rescue worth it. But it's a simple escort mission. The next DayZ Pay for Pain, I think, is going to be 2 weekends from now. And then following the weekend after is going to be an Arma 3 Pay for Pain. But tonight I'm also going to put my sound bites on so people can mess with me, and I'll make the locals mess with me as well. So.
Very nice. Sergeant Miller opening up with a PKP onto Blue 4 Alpha 1's position. And he will make them get their heads down. I think might have scored some hits, but it doesn't look like he killed anyone. They're going to return some fire.
Oh, I just saw Carlson get a headshot, but it didn't register as a headshot. That was robbery. I could see the blood splatter through his scope. Now his shot's short. That one might have hit. That one knocks him out.
Very nice. I think that one was, yeah, from Norris. Maybe it was Carlson.
Carlson just got a great headshot. He's catching someone else in the open.
He's credited with
I still do MCOs. I've taken a break from them. I need to run an announcement tonight or tomorrow talking about them. There's been a few things that came up and it went crazy, but we're going to resume MCOs this month. This is round 2. Not sure if I'll cover round 3 though.
Force is now moving down to the ridge line
because of time,
and it will instead a little bit closer.
An AT come in. I love how this is a 5.56 scope, and Carl was making it work for 7.62 by 5.4. He's getting fairly accurate with it though.
Two driving around in a UAZ. I think they're just kind of doing logic right now, and the majority of them, most of them, now on foot trying to force them around right there.
Smoke grenades being
popped. They're actually going to find themselves pretty much allowing Green 4 to flank
I don't know what is super laggy over here, but
north.
It's when I turn over here, it's just rendering all that, I guess.
They might try and encircle them and trap them up on this ridge. My frames just tank.
Yeah, when you look in the direction of Terminal 2 and 3, the frames just die for whatever reason, but when you look away, you're fine.
Damn, it's the first time that happened.
So, this is why I hate Pierce, because look at where Blue 4 is pushing all their forces right now.
Yeah, exactly.
And Green 4, you know, they put 2 squads up there originally, so I don't know where they got moved. They actually separated, that's why, but it was the smartest call to make for the op. And he somehow did it. Now, whether or not his forces are going to be able to hold is a different story, because they're separated a bit right now, but they might be able to bait each other, and as one force pulls back, another one can immediately push back forward, so... I judged it.
Across this dry riverbed.
And it still works, somehow.
Want to see him try something. This is the environment to do it.
But based off of this is going to take the entire round.
2 very clearly defined ridges. I mean, we still have Blue Force streaming across it, heading north. So this, if they can, this group down here in the crossroads continue down and get across, try and get on the flank or get behind, it's going to do a lot of damage. Oh, is that why you're so quiet? You're eating? Are you eating on...
No, is my headset being weird?
No, I just looked over at your chat. They're calling you out, bro. Like, I mean, I was just like, yeah, you were quiet tonight. Must be tired, or he's planning something for a DayZ, but that makes much more sense.
No, sorry. Let me.
I know you're fine.
I probably just fixed it.
Yeah, lots of Green 4 now trying to pull down to the river. I think they're going to try and actually man the defenses back at Terminal 2. And hold it a bit tighter, trying to fold back in. So this kind of harassing fire, in the grand scheme of things, is going to slow down Blue 4.
Yeah, you got a massive platoon element now pushing around the flank. They're going to probably get on that ridge and start streaming down, which is going to flank this massive Green 4 battle line.
Yeah,
but
and here comes Lolo
this
from
is
the,
going to go to time.
north again. And he's only about 300 meters
away.
Only
the marksmen have been able to hit anything.
As they start to pull back off of the ridge.
I think timing-wise, I'm not going to have the time to cover round 3 because then it's going to go past midnight, and I can't afford that.
And Liru, they've manned the boats. They're using them as AA vehicles.
Yep, I told you the 2 uses they're going to have is either static defense or just, you know, AA. And that's great. I love it.
We're actually seeing a pretty cohesive front line being formed right now. Pretty much following the river here on the west side of the road, but on the east side, where Blue 4 has been able to get across, Green 4 is trying to extend out as best they can.
Mm-hmm. So I just want to test real quick. Yeah. I'm going to keep my render distance down. So I see these plays eating the clock here. It's not enough to make the victory go to time. But it's going to make the round very, very long in terms of just a lot of maneuvering plays Blue 4 is going to do. So they still have a force down on the southern side of the riverbed. That's going to just draw the attention of Green 4 as they do this flanking action. We might even see Blue 4 send a squad bypassing Terminal 2 to immediately go to Terminal 3. I don't recommend it, but it's possible. And with Lolo and the Revanche in position here as X-Ray lead, they could guide the remaining Blue 4 forces to come around as they provide some overwatch. But Green 4 is now firing at a Blue 4 vehicle down south. That is one of the M2 Humvees. It's also loaded with some infantry, and they're just trying to get around it this time.
Yeah, so they're going to pull around.
Oh, it's been raining for me all day as well, bro.
In. We have Tenderbanker, who's now crossing the wet side of the river. So he'll be able to get up across, start making some initial scouts on the western side here. See Bravo 2 now, they're holding here right up on this hill. This is a much better spot to look directly over the sector. So I think this was played pretty well by Green 4. What exploded?
I saw a vehicle desync a bit, but I think it was just the Humvee crossing the river, and it freaked out a little bit, but otherwise it's fine.
Gotcha.
So now that's going to aggressively push, but yeah, that Humvee could just charge right into the terminal site, and they can initiate the terminal hack. Yeah, because there's no one on static defense here. Green 4 do have forces enough where in 90 seconds they might be able to get in there immediately.
This is pulling out the RPG-32. And
wow, Gunner just got sniped.
Sniped, yeah. Chris is looking for the target, trying to lead, can't turn fast enough. Shot is behind.
What is this Vic doing?
RGL's hitting it, but it should be good. Now
did some engine damage.
Maybe a little bit. It's decided it can't go up the hill, so it's gonna run back.
Oh my god, they baited a GL to hit Martin. Yeah. Oh, beautiful.
And that I also have in the smoke. Where is it?
It stopped, and now it's remaneuvering at a different angle.
Yep. Pretty sure at this point the gunner is actually dead.
Yeah, the gunner got picked up before they even started doing the run.
Yeah, he's got a skull on him, I think. Yep, Artisan. KIA.
Now they're going to park and go hit the terminal.
No. I think he's trying to still maneuver. Well, no, yeah.
And the closest Green 4 forces are actually pushing back as Blue 4 is now engaging this Delta 1 element. Montgomery's down. Bates is doing his best to engage stuff.
He's looking for an entrance. He's going to find it here through this bush, I think. No.
Montgomery fails his wake-up check.
Yeah, so he was just looking for an entrance.
Now you got the M2 just blindly firing in the smoke. Because they're firing into the buildings to make sure they're clear.
Might as well. 50 cal pens wood really easily. And we should start to see them
still trying to push up on
find that cache. Or sorry, the terminal.
Yeah, you'd think, right? They're still all in that damn Humvee.
Yep. I think they're waiting for someone to reply. From Green 4, I mean. They sprayed all that
they're switching seats.
Wood down for a reason. Surely there was someone in there.
Yeah, surely, right?
Corvette gets out.
Yeah, but it happens.
He thinks it's in the building.
No, they're going to clear it first before they move to the terminal site because the marker would be directly... They'd be able to see that with their GPS, but that's besides the point.
There's Corvette going for it. So yeah, you're right.
They just want to make sure it's empty so that no one runs out and tries to kill them as soon as they touch the terminal.
Yep, so they got that one. 90 seconds on the clock. Now this Bravo Green 4 team, they're really out of position. I think they're going to start falling back to the north. It looks like where most of them are headed. Patriot might get picked up here by Lolo and Revanche. Lolo pulling up the sniper. think that infantry is actually passing too close to Lolo. I don't think Lolo has an angle. Instead, he's firing way far out there. That might alert Bravo 2 to his position. If that shot is clear enough, they're in front of the muzzle, so it should be pretty clear.
Little bird now flying high over the AOs here. Green 4's left flank is already starting to pull back a lot of forces. The right flank trying to pull back, but it's going to end up reinforcing the other part of Green 4.
Good. So Scholt now. Scholt
fire going up on that helicopter.
He's got in the co-pilot of the Little Bird and is using the camera ball.
Yep, the scout.
To do his own scouting, which is probably the most reliable scouting he's ever going to get. But the two boats, they were able to spot that Little Bird out from really far away. And they ended up suppressing fire.
I don't know who that was. It might have been Helios that just got taken out.
Shreds it, no doubt.
Yep, now Green 4 is trying to pull back, but, you know, on this tough mountainous terrain, it's really difficult to pull away. So Green 4's kind of fending for themselves. One of them just got dropped, so tech is now back here. Hack 2's completed. Patriot getting the drop on Lolo, the sniper. So that was X-Ray's team getting spotted.
I really think that instead of pulling back to Terminal 3, that this whole Green 4 force should have pushed into the terminal site and try to reclaim it and just start holding the town to the last man, because now they've given up both the terminal and a lot of their own positions for not a lot of time burnt off the clock. And that's what the whole point of this ordeal is. So in about 7 minutes, we're going to get the, or 2 minutes, we're going to get the 15 minutes left. So we got about, 27. What am I doing?
There's
27
still
minutes left in the round. So if they had delayed more, that would be another 5 minutes maybe at the most off the clock, and that can add up.
Falcon and Maz in a 1v1. Maz Falcon bandaging. Maz firing at a Charlie HQ, Vic pulling back. Still having some fighting up on the ridge here as Arcor is pretty much fighting for his life. Montgomery is still down, had a few bandages go on him, but I think he was interrupted. Sablon getting picked off by Arcor, and Herb is also down. So Arcor might put some double taps in here, but otherwise Blue 4 are even firing to a northern ridge about 400, 500 meters away. Revanche is still up, Lolo's still down. A BTR 40 has come around on the hill. Doesn't really have the best eyes, though, but they're, I think, trying to wait for Blue 4 to continue to push in. AT fired by Arcor there, and he managed to knock Herb back out when he woke back up. Now Arcor taking fire from, I believe, Nielsen.
He knocked out Sablon as well.
Yeah, Sablon got shot, and Montgomery was already down. Herb waking back up again. But Arcor now could be flanked, but Arcor is now firing up at... I don't know if he got a kill right there or not. There's a dead Blue 4 guy, so what is Arcor on?
Shooting. So
hey, he's on 3 kills, and he has 3 people down, so...
Oh, yeah, I see him now. So he's doing work, and now they're really able to do what they're meant to do, but at this point, it's...
Chadwick looking around. Doesn't see Arcor bandaging. Arcor doesn't hear him. Oh, man, Arcor, this is luck. This is such hard luck that Sharp and Chadwick didn't check their frickin' left. Arcor firing some more rounds here. I think he just got another kill. Might have been on Herb. Yep, he's up to 4. Sharp now checking that area, hearing that gunfire. Now Sharp's gonna get him. Headshots, yep.
Down as well.
They got Blue 4 moving up that left flank. Green 4's redeployed themselves on the harbor here. In the tree area, I guess, to cover these open areas as well. But Blue 4's push has been left in a little bit of shambles because how many guys that have been taken out, so this is just going to be another tough maneuver. This is round 2, War Sage. Bravo 1, we just had Chadwick double tap someone that could have been the other guy that was with Arcor. I already forgot. Do you remember who? Because I know you name dropped him.
I totally forget.
Yeah, I know. Now you got Revanche firing into Bravo 1. Excuse me, Alm Tree. Firing into Chadwick and Sharp. Chadwick taken out. Friendly fire.
So you see that? Bravo for Green 4.
Glazed.
They're still retreating.
All right, thank you guys.
Making good pace, so they're gonna have enough time to set up some basic defenses, I think, for Charlie.
Round is halfway done.
Don't know who has the ability to make trenches, but they should start doing that if they haven't already. And I'm not seeing many.
Getting hit by a marksman over here. That was who has the marksman rifle? Oh no, with irons. Wow, because they're skylining.
Yeah,
that's why.
Boats, they should be able to stop anything from even trying to get to the boathouse where the terminal is. But we'll see what kind of fire they're going to withstand. Now they can't always go way to the north and be pretty much in total cover. Same with the south, but their effective range is going to be very limited just because of how short the AO is going out into the ocean.
Falcon with an RPK, the entirety of Charlie. They're a little spaced out. Falcon already took a little bit of damage. I want to see him make something here. Very few people in FNF can make a play like this, and one of them's Falcon. I'm trying to hype him up. I want to see something. Because eliminating that entire group to the south might actually put it back in Green 4's favor. But we need to see this blocking position hold these forces in place. We need to see Falcon coming in and flank. Falcon and his nest, yeah, right?
Black Fox launching up some GPs. They're just a little bit short, another 50 meters or so, and you're doing some real damage.
Yeah, so the main blue 4 force is going to get stalled as they lick their wounds. But that's going to allow for this force on the left flank to potentially move in. Yeah, and then we have a few guys to the north on the main force coming around to do far stuff. But again, it's going to be like a 10 or 15-minute maneuver.
Yep, just a scale of the AO. Yeah, this blue 4 force here on the coastline, they greatly outnumber Charlie HQ here. 5 of them around here, and 2 are starting to retreat. We got about 8 to 10 or so for blue 4 pushing up, so they're going to win this fight just by numbers. However, Grav and Ash going to make that fight even easier by continuing to pull back. Dibidev here on the coast. He might get caught out from Maz if Maz keeps up this pace.
Yep.
He's just going low right at the waterline. Stay low. Maz, if that's a frag.
Another lull.
Yep, so that's going to start to alert these guys to some nearby presence, hopefully. And might get... Saddam is looking over there at Green 4 Charlie. If he spots any obvious targets, he should be able to schwack him with a 50 cal. What about Falcon? Yeah?
He's on the move. Korvac alone, trying to utilize that marksman rifle. Is he firing up at Green 4 X-ray? What a Chad.
Probably.
He's going to get tunnel visioned here, though.
Oh, yeah. Oh, but Korvac dips down just
Falcon used the low ground.
Position.
Falcon's going to spot Korvac.
Yep, get to the back of him. That's a good clean shot here, and...
Korvac dives.
The water. Grenade going out. That is not going to be enough. Oh, but
right, knocks Korvac out. Yeah, rolled over. Puma now firing.
Ooh, that's not good.
Another grenade going in. I think Korvac's going to wake back up.
Oh, no, he fails the
wake up check.
He's going to drown.
Puma's using the riverbed here to flank around. Falcon spots him.
Can't quite get the kill.
Neither side getting a hit on each other. Both pull back.
Yeah, Korvac's dead for sure.
So that's causing Space Cowboy Carlo and Puma to stay back. Hold up, we got the rest of these guys on the coast. Grav trying to capitalize on the coast here.
They're pushing back. A bit of a counterattack coming out from them.
Down. That is nice. Blue Force still maneuvering up on that ridge. 20 minutes to go. Falcon's now going to aggressively push the water line here. Puma has some crossfire shots going over his head, forcing him to look north. And he is also going to go on the coast.
Blue 4 now, Vagrant and his team, they're going to pull back a little bit. If you try and strike a bit more inland through the tree line, because they are not getting any progress done on the open coast.
Oh, Puma, he's looking above Falcon, staying super low. And then Puma quickly folding back.
Here comes Mountain. Did he lose his co? Nope, Cholt decided to just hop out. I guess he was taking too much
Cholt's
risk.
with his with the main force right now, or I guess in between. Falcon now running around.
Someone is...
Who was in the coast right there? Because he's now invisible on my sensor.
Yeah, same. Even on map 2, he's not there. I don't know.
Falcon's tracking him.
Well, that's going to learn the Space Cowboy Carl, who actually has a bit of concealment.
Misses that barrage of fire. Space Cowboy pushing as Falcon pulls back.
Gets a fresh mag in.
Space Cowboy has an FN mag, though. But Chow is also on the rear now, flanking.
Puma's focusing on Chow now. Falcon peeks back over.
Falcon spots Space Cowboy. Falcon pulls back as he runs out of ammo. Cowboy taking multiple hits. Grenade being thrown.
Ooh, goes in the water.
Yep, Falcon pushes.
Gets another.
Gets him. He's going to have to go to double tap, but he's in the water, so we might not get that double tap. Falcon going to immediately bandage. Cowboy, he got hit at least 3 or 4 times there. Could still wake back up if they were only armor leg shots. No, fails the wake up check.
Fails the wake up. He could wake up again. He still has more time. He's probably got about...
We're back. Falcon's crippled right now, but he saw that wake up check fail, so he might run in and try to double tap.
Yep, checking his
but he's not going to be able to. No, he's going to drag him out of the water so he can double tap him. Oh, that's mean. Oh, that's so mean. The disrespect.
No, I wouldn't even say that's disrespect. He knows.
No, you're right. That's the strat for getting someone out of the water.
Like that.
But he's going to take the FN mag.
He could, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, he did.
I would, because the RPK, he just hasn't had the stability for it. So if you're going to have an unstable weapon, at least have a more powerful unstable weapon with higher caliber.
Yeah, 7.62 NATO versus the 5.45.
Kabui is now pushing Falcon's position. Falcon's going to quickly do some medical here. Kabui spots Falcon. Falcon fires.
Kabui face
and he just gets blown away.
Shot in. Yeah, gets it.
Wow.
Good stand by Falcon, though.
Got the Little Bird taking fire by Chow, but that stopped that left flank. But Blue Force now set up this battle line to push in. Green Force pulled back the majority of their forces. Mountain on that Little Bird now just firing into the smoke.
Hopefully, yeah, he holds his fire on that group. I think recognizes that they were Marines. Or, you know, Royal Army Corps, whatever you want it to be.
RPK's terrible, I know, right? I saw him missing those shots, man.
Martin looking up into the mountains, watching for Blue 4. Doesn't have any optics, so I don't think he's going to be able to spot anything.
Chow maneuvering around, and M2's going to push right on their position to sweep the rear. Mr. Chow, what is your play? He's mannequin.
Oh, he could. If the Humvee stops up here, it's going to keep on rolling, but he could get a shot on the back of the gunner from, well, obviously the rear. And that would defang it pretty much.
15-minute. Blue 4 in a decent battle line, but they're fairly spread out, so I'm not sure.
15 minutes remaining.
I could see them like flanking around on the northern side and then running on the coast. They're going to run into the 2 boats, but those are RPG bait, to be perfectly honest.
Snuffles right. Oh, checks Chow's bush right there. Does he see him?
Yes, he does!
Because he's medicing. And takes down Chow. Snuffles with the 10,000 IQ play.
Blue 4 vehicle rush with 3 people on a gas.
Here comes Revenge. He's pushing up to Green 4 X-Rays Hill by himself. He's trying to pull off a 1v6. We'll see if he's able to do some damage, but just that little 416.
The gas rush. The gas rush. Oh my god, do it. They tripped a tripwire flare.
Why are they getting out here?
The gas rush.
Pierre's got some good shots on Bacon.
This is going to cause all of Green 4 to fold in, allowing Blue 4 more room to maneuver, which the outskirts forces around Blue 4 Alpha 2 might be able to capitalize on. Nova getting shot.
Revenge getting up to Green 4 X-Rays Hill.
Bacon holding, but he's prone right now. Grab trying to finish it off, gets the headshot.
Yep, Bacon
Match
goes
just up
down
to Wise.
He is inside at least, but here comes Cosmonaut, goes past his building.
Revanche on top of X-Ray's position here on the hilltop.
Yeah, gonna find Mito there from those shots.
Revanche would like to have a word with you. Elegant. Headshot, headshot, headshot. Wise still up. They're sweeping around. We might see Squeak double tap Nova. And there's the double tap. That might have come from Pierce instead.
Ooh, Sledge shooting out now.
Oh my gosh, my camera.
Revenge tries to mag dump over there and gets the headshot. Sled going down.
Revenge has been doing a lot of good work these past 2 rounds. Granted, he lost the second round, but he was up on 8 kills with an SVD. So now he's just harassing Green 4 X-Ray. He might be able to find the sniper or suppressed gun and utilize that to keep pushing. But Green 4 here, they're at a bad angle. We started a rocket round fire into the town on Despo's building.
Gonna do maybe a little bit of damage, but nothing serious.
Did someone just...
Wise trying to do some
Someone
fire.
just tripped a mine. Roland just hit a mine.
Mine.
Yep, and the freaking building with the terminal. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Well, at least the mines work.
They do work. They weren't fakes. Banisher launching out some 203s.
Dooley
Maverick, who just now wakes back up.
in the middle. Oh, he's got a marksman rifle though. Almtree gonna check this rock. Oh, but he's got it. He's got an FN mag. Oh, Dooley is gonna get outplayed in a second.
Tiger is now assisting Revenge up here on Green 4 X-Ray's hill, trying to get some fire drawn off of Revenge.
Beautiful.
Giving him an opening.
I thought Almtree was gonna see Dooley's marksman rifle poking back, but he didn't.
Yes, like you were saying.
Now Dooley's gonna let him get some distance and start picking them off.
Actually, it looks like he picked up the enemy radio. He's going to be able to listen on the comms.
Oh, Dooley, please. No, he thinks there's more and he's gonna wait him out.
Wise still vibing in his house.
Another vehicle rush coming in with an M2 leading.
Oh, but the truck gets in front. And those two...
Oh, the boats! The boats!
2, I think. Corvo is still up.
The boats just killed 3 people.
Yeah, I saw the truck.
Oh! Ow!
Still alive. Black Fox not going to check his right as Puma tries to go for the headshot, can't get a clean shot, and Black Fox is going to be able to slip away. So here comes Grav, another target, but they can't get him either. Black Fox has no idea where he was being shot from.
Rav, I think the boat might have just did some crossfire. No, they weren't in an angle, but the gunner got taken out. Satchel thrown on that Vic, killing both Blue 4 and Green 4.
I don't know if that was a satchel charge or a demo charge. I think it was a demo. Another beep beep. That is a satchel. Grav, he's gonna die from that. He's trying to go prone, but that's gonna take out both Grav and Kabubi Face. No,
my
Kabubi
God.
Face as well. I just watched that happen to him. He's now hollow.
Well, at least his name came back for me.
Oh, his name is still gone for me. That's wild.
Oh, it just disappeared for me as well. Yeah, no, it's back and then disappeared again.
Now it's back for me.
Guess it's a weird animation bug or something. I don't freaking know.
Yeah.
GL's going out. Grav and DB are knocked unconscious. Green 4 now doesn't have the numbers to properly defend. 10 minutes, and Blue 4 is going to start trickling down. That X-ray element, Khalil pushing, might have just gotten a few kills. No, it's been Revanche with a 3rd kill. I don't know what happened to the rest of Green 4, though, because clearly they haven't pulled back.
Yeah. Jane Saunders up here
Dooley
trying to push back
out.
up, do a little counterattack solo thing. He's got that suppressed AKS with a 45 round mags. So definitely has something to work with here.
Strikers, Blue 4.
Yeah, Blue 4 now really starting to encroach in the east. Not a lot of Green 4 left in the town. Looks like Patriot making a play against
Martin
Corvo
cover that
there.
angle because he just saw someone's gun. Little Bird is now harassing the boats. So now I'm now trying to get on the dish gun fire at it. I guess Stattenberg's boat's out of ammo. Other dish gun now firing. Isn't able to land shots on Mountain though.
Yeah. No damage, but does get some shots off at least.
9 minutes. Almtree and Red Claws now pushing Martin's building. Maverick covering from a different angle, but now they're getting on Martin's building. They're going to get out in the back. Are they going to push the stairs? Almtree on point with the FN mag. And, oh my god, Martin never saw it coming. Now, LeBroy is shooting up at Red Claw and Almtree's position. Thankfully, LeBroy is only shooting over, and he's not actually doing any damage. I don't see any blood down here, other than right here. Which, actually, no, he might have shot Red Claw. Okay.
Oh, the other boat, the gunner got taken out.
Yes, he did.
There was Stathenberger. He got
the
from somewhere.
Yeah, he's there on the front gun.
Sure. Yeah, on the front gun, curled up.
Not a lot of green 4 left.
No, I think they're going to win this on numbers. 7 minutes and a half still left. We should see
Almtree firing into Maverick's building
fairly soon. Jane Sauter's still up on top of the hill. I think has maintained stealth.
Maverick gets the one-on-one on Almtree.
Maverick looking for more.
Love how Wise is just staying in that building this entire time. Bilbert trying to catch Stottenberg out of position. Tiger also trying to put some long-range shots here. Stottenberg trying to fire up at that Little Bird.
Maverick laying some nice GLs into Eagle's building here. Doing some damage.
Ash is water camping. Amazing. Not the wisest choice. Shut up, Natty. That's a bad joke, but I love it. More AT being fired. Maverick smoking his own building, holding up a majority of the Blue 4 force. You're going to see Blue 4 X-Ray, Waldo, Tiger, and Galil up here. They're going to push Coastal, and they're going to then try to get to Ash's position. Wise might be able to get a breach kill on Pierce or Wiki if they're not paying attention. But it is just up to Maverick here to hold Blue 4's main force. He just knocked LeBroy out. Firing at Dogbert. Really well-placed grenade. That might get Wayne. He runs back into cover, but it gets the double kill on the guy that went down. Maverick runs into the building, gets Wayne, but then he is taken out by Leg, or someone firing from further back.
I think it was a trade, actually.
It might have been. Leg. Wise now trying to breach Pierce's building. Pierce heard him, though, and is firing down.
Yep. Ash in that building. There is a second tripwire in the other door on the north side. There is a tripwire mine going across that doorway. Most significantly, like, it is so hard to see that thing from coming into it, just because the rope matches the color of the wood. It just blends in seamlessly.
Toughy. Tiger throwing a grenade in.
And it looks like Greymaster, Waldo, Tiger, they're doing it. Tiger pushing in.
6 minutes, yep.
Smoke's coming out. He's going to run right into that mine here. Does he spot Ash? He spots Ash.
And Ash blows his face off.
Waldo, bad frag.
Nope, that was a smoke grenade, thankfully. Grenade thrown over on the right. Ash taking cover. Waldo going prone. Ravemaster blindly firing over Waldo's head.
Ash taking cover, yeah, right in that water. Gonna be able to shoot the feet out from under.
Wise might breach. Pierce is right over him. Waldo resorting to bandaging.
Pierce trying to crack that door open. It's a little hard to do. Actually,
Waldo still bandaging. Mountain flying overhead. 5 minutes remaining. Wise, Ravemaster, and Galil going for the breach.
Comes Waldo as well. They're watching that door.
Did Pierce hear the footsteps move? He did not, but he has to hear those gunshots. He's got to open that door fully. He could get some nice rear shots. Mine goes off. Doesn't down anyone. Ash is going to hold. Galil taken out.
Rave doesn't know where the shots are coming from. Wise, I think. He's looking
Ash
around.
has to be systematic here. And amazingly enough, Ash is still kicking, ran out of ammo.
Wise picks up the handgun.
Down to 2, Pierce running out. Green 4 might be able to get the touchback here.
Pierce
Ash got taken out, and Pierce jumps for it. And is taken out by Overwatch by Revanche. Revanche on 5 kills. He's having 2 great rounds. Stottenbay getting tunnel vision on the Little Bird. Oh, he's crippled. It's over.
Squeak's got to move. If Squeak can move, they got a PKP. No, there's still time for Squeak, but they got to move now. If they stay on this roof and just pussyfoot around, they're not going to get in. They're finally making the decision. I think there's still time. Can't get down the stairs cleanly enough.
No.
No, Squeak's taking way too long. Not enough time.
Steinberg, he's crippled, but he's making every effort here. It's over.
That's going to be it.
And Revanche still on Overwatch, putting shots on Stottenberger. He's not blindly firing. It's over.
Rip.
Be nice to Pierce. What a good fight.
That's a smoke. If it was a frag, it might have taken down Squeak.
Stottenberg trying to get Wise there.
4.
Stottenberg being shot in the rear.
1.
Revanche takes him down. How the hell did they survive? My God. Yeah, I think they're immortal when the round ends. That it makes sense. Why? All right. Ay, ay, ay. All right, it's 10:44. I think I'll have enough time to cover round 3. And Alex is out sector tight squeeze.
Guess so. All right, if they're just gonna rerun this one, then I'm gonna go for the TMTM event.
All right, Barb.
All right. I kind of said it to a couple people and on stream, but this is gonna be my last FNF for a while. Next Friday, I'm leaving the country. Friday after that, I'm gonna be out of country. Friday after that, I have a convention. Friday after that, I have family coming in. And then Friday after that, I should be starting a new job, which works Fridays like 1 to 9. So that's not going to work, unfortunately.
Well, how about you got a new job, man?
Well, yeah, it's a little temporary thing. It's nothing crazy, but...
Where are you going out of the country?
Germany and Prague. The old TSB meetup is finally happening, and it's 2 weekends from now.
Nice.
Yep. Oh, sorry, 1 weekend. Yeah, 2 weekends from now. I'm taking the time as well to see my family and some family I've never even met before. So
that's nice.
Yeah, that's should be a good little vacation. But yeah, gonna be on vacay for about 2 weeks, and I'll come back and still be streaming food during the week mostly, I think.
All right.
And during weekends. But anyway, you have fun with round 3, and I'm gonna go for TMTM. Catch you later.
Have a good one, man. All right. Are they actually going to rerun this round? It looks like they are with limited people. All right. Thankfully, this is a quicker round, though, so I think I'll be able to get away with doing this. So... What was it? 8% numbers advantage and just 3 M2 Humvees and a mortar. Yep. Then Op 4 has 3 chord statics. Alright, I'm also going to put the sound bites up early. Because why the hell not? And that's going to be under extensions. My extension sound alerts, because we are activating those for everything yonder. Cool. All right. Alrighty. Hopefully if they get slotted soon. Alright. Overall, good day, though. Cleaned out my office. Got my desk all nice and clean as well. Did a shit ton of dishes. Have almost everything unboxed. I gotta unbox the motherboard. Still waiting on the cooler. Got everything else. I gotta make my boot drive with a Windows 11 ISO image. Still so much to do. So much to do. That's the norm. I've realized, though, over the past few months, I keep seeing how busy my month is going to be. And I've realized, since this is like the third busy month I've had, that I think it's always going to be this way, unfortunately, until things finally die down. Because this one's busy because of IRL stuff, so I lose my entire last week of this month to a friend's wedding. Next month should calm down a little bit, but at the same time, I'm going to be off the first week for vacation. But then everything after that, it should return to normal, should be in the keyword, so. Oh, man, but since we have time, I'll tell this story, since I already mentioned it in the previous round, but PE Online. The reason I took PE Online was because how they had electives set up at my high school was if you were a 9th or 10th grader, you only had one elective, because PE took your other elective, and they only required you to take PE up to 10th grade, which I think is kind of silly. I think PE should always, or physical education, I think is the proper term for it. I think that should always be a thing, but, whatever. So, in order to free up room for a culinary arts class, because it required 2 credits, and they had 2 parts of culinary arts, I had to free up PE, which means I could have taken PE Online, which I think it cost me $750. And it was literally, you go in at the beginning of the class and the ending of the class over the summer to do the physical tests. And then you had to do driver's ed on the side. You had to do this other like bookwork class stuff on the side. And then they gave you a heart monitor. And you had to be physically active with the heart monitor like every day for at least an hour, which after 2 weeks of using it, and this was like a 2.5 month course, I realized while I accidentally went in the shower with it that if you run hot water over it, it confuses the heart rate monitor and makes it look like you're exercising. So I just took hot showers instead. Simply because back in the day when I was doing fencing and all this other crazy stuff, I couldn't wear my heart monitor with it, because it was a hazard. And the strap that put it around my waist was also a bit of a flexibility issue, and I have to stay flexible when I'm doing saber fencing, but or when I did back in the day, but I digress. So did that for 2.5 months so I could take culinary as a sophomore. And I remember we always called him Chef, but he read my profile. And then he, like, squinted at it. He's like, how did you get in here as a sophomore? And I'm like, oh, it's because I took PE Online. He's like, you can do that? And I'm like, yeah. So I could free up room for the course because I had to do an IB diploma because I was a transfer student at my high school for an IB diploma because I didn't want to go to the high school I was supposed to in my district simply because my reputation got screwed in middle school and I didn't feel like dealing with all those people again. That was just a personal decision, but I would have had to take, if I wasn't going to take IB electives in my sophomore year, I would have had to do 7 IB classes in senior year, and I did, and that was hell, but, it meant if I wanted to do 2 years of culinary, I would have had to do them in sophomore and junior year. So, yeah, that was fun. Yeah, so I think nowadays they put driver's ed in 10th grade PE. Fun fact, they never sent me my paperwork for driver's ed. So that's been a pain in the ass to deal with. But there's a way, even if you don't do that portion, that you can still get paperwork done. It's just someone with a driver's license has to approve of certain things in a checklist. And if you bring that paperwork in, they'll still let you take the test after you get your learner's permit. So that's something I still have to do, to be perfectly honest. It's just with COVID, the DMV system for doing freaking driver's ed tests has been utterly fucked. But because I don't have that paperwork, if I were to do it a separate route with like behind the wheel and whatnot, they would make me retake that bookwork portion of the course, which also costs a few $1,000, and I'd have to physically go in to a place to do it. So that would be a gigantic pain in the ass, but I'm trying to wait for the DMV to catch up so I can just go in and take the exam to get my license, but life. Well, health is PE. It's PE and health, which is weird because I remember my 9th grade, 8th grade, and 7th grade health classes for middle school and high school. They made us do 2 units of health, but the unit of health was the exact same thing that they already made us do. So it was just a repeat of everything, which was kind of dumb, but whatever. But yeah, I've got a lot of dumb stories. I mean, high school, that's where I met my ex, and that's where I met Bloodwing. And Bloodwing and I have been together for going on 8.5 years now. So, whew. School, yeah, American school's kind of dumb because imagine a system where they teach you mandatory stuff that has nothing to do with the real world until you start getting into like advanced level classes and college classes, and then even then only a fraction of that applies to the real world. But they teach you all your life that there's only one answer to do things, you have to do all the exams yourself and all that bullshit. And then you get in the real world thinking there's only one answer and thinking you have to work alone and you have to memorize everything. You're not allowed to use equipment like calculators or, you know, resources online. It's dumb. It's so freaking done. You won't, yeah, then the logic is you won't have a calculator when you go to your job, and it's like, yes, you do. Yes, you do. That's not only American schools. I know it's globally these days, so ugh. It's just all a mess in my opinion, but hey, what can you do? What's the quote for my ex? Quote 1. That was back when I let my ex back into my life, and then her now ex-boyfriend, if I recall properly, then threatened to kill me. And I was like, okay, do it. Oh my God, but my ex was Catholic. And then he started bragging that he had sex with her. And I'm like, bro, if she let you, I mean, good for you, but I don't think she'd want you to publicly brag about that because she's been a very, you know, no sex before marriage person. So I thought that was funny. But yeah, then I completely cut my ex out of my life because I'm like, I don't want you sending crazy people at my house. As much as I think it would be funny to have an excuse to open my gun safe, I don't need that hassle. I get plenty at the range already. Fun fact, there's a really cool shotgun range by where I live, and something I'm going to do over the summer, if I can find the time, is play with my GoPro and make a video or 2 from the shotgun range, because it's really fun. It's really fun to shoot targets. But then maybe do a hunting thing too, but we'll see. I know YouTube also has specific rules on magazines and whatnot, but the range also has rules for... you're only allowed to have, I think, no more than 2 shells. It was 2 or 3 shells loaded in the shotgun at a time, but fun stuff there. Shoot pickle jars, yeah, right. All right, anyway, briefing. So for those of you that didn't see EU Round 1, the basic premise of this operation, I'll just read the brief again. So, it has been months since the start of the so-called Evitable War, and casualties are mounting up on both sides. On the Greek island of Limnos, which is the official name of Altis, but Altis, Russian forces OPFOR have seized control of the Agalochori Gap, and a low-lying pass that contains a vital supply route to and from the port city of Kavala. With the route blockaded and the military supplies unable to pass through to the port, NATO's ability to defend itself both on Altus and the rest of the Aegean Islands is severely compromised. A platoon of U.S. Marines stationed on the island, Blue 4, has been tasked with taking back the pass and eliminating the enemy forces entrenched there. They must not fail. Game mode is Add Sector. But they are sequential, excuse me. So Sector 1 has to be taken, then 2, then 3. So that's why you only see 1 up right there. Matte settings, only 650 meters of render distance, no magnified optics nor NVG equipment. Defender fortified points have been put up to 150. Matte settings, I got confused because I said matte and then saw the Maz and brain went silly, but 2 AT and 1 HE round per gunner on all sides. Blue 4 are going to be rocking Marine kits. Their DMR is going to be a Mark 17. Loadout's going to be M16 A4s and M4A1s, so, you know, M4 platforms. Glock 17s for the secondary weapon. M249s for the support weapon. 240 Golfs also for the medium machine gun. Light anti-tank is going to be the AT4, also known as the 136. And then Sniper's going to get the 2010 bolt action. And then Suppress Shooter's going to get the Mark 14 or the SOCOM 16, both 20-round 7.62x51 at NATO battle rifles. And then Crew and Aviation get the MP7 or the M4A1 up to them. Alpha, under Alpha HQ, they have 2 additional slots to crew the mortar. They have both HE and smoke rounds. Assets, they only get 3 M2 cars that are up-armored, mind you. Still only take 1 RPG to die, though, but they have 800 rounds of M2 ammo. Op 4 are going to be the Russian separatists, which look very Russian because they have the EMR, so they decided for balance to utilize these. Loadout-wise, they have AK-74s, the MP443 Garage as the secondary weapon. Support gunners are going to get the RPK or the PKP. RPG-26 for the light anti-tank gunners. Snipers are going to get the T5000. The 2 suppressed shooters and X-ray either get 45-round AKSs or 20-round ASVAL with 939. Chambered at 939, excuse me, and the Crew and Aviation get either PP-2000 or an AKS-74. Nothing on the crew served weapons. Assets, they get 3 standing cord statics, which have 5 boxes of 50 round each. Very, very point defensive, but also the armor-piercing ammo is great for eliminating softer vehicles like the Humvees. Otherwise, looking on the map, just to say how the previous round played out, first off, notice how thin this AO is. How the previous round played out was Blue 4 had a small force go here, the larger force come here. Sector 1 was completely undefended. Sector 2, between 2 and 3, had these massive battle lines that Op 4 just kept falling back to. And what eventually happened was Op 4 got overwhelmed at Sector 3 because Blue 4 was just able to push everything in and annihilate. But it was a pretty fierce match, but it only lasted about 30 minutes, which is why I am deciding to cover this round, because I think it's going to go quicker, especially with less people. But that's only if Blue 4 decides to be maneuverable. Now, Op 4, they had a really good sniper that got quite a few kills, and they misplayed a little bit by going a little too far on the aggressive side. They tried to put their X-ray elements on the far outsides of the map, but Blue 4 was using those far outskirts to maneuver their forces because the center of the valley is a kill zone. So that was a bit of a misplay there, but their snipers still do really well. But even though Blue 4 had their command element sniped by the Op 4 sniper, this AO is so thin and easy that you just have to do lined warfare with limited to no coordination. Just as long as all squads are moving down, you don't really need a command, in my opinion. So it didn't really matter much. If it was any other AO, if the sniper took out the command elements early, it would have, I think, hampered communication, and it would have been much more of an issue for Blue 4 here. But otherwise, let's go ahead and look at our roster here. So again, all things considered, Blue 4 won this last time, but that was with like over 100 people. Now I think we're down to like 80 players, so we'll see downsized what they do. Nielsen commanding Blue 4. I have not seen him command before. He might have done it once or twice in the past, but it's not noteworthy for me. So newer commander, but then again, as long as he just says, hey, units go this way, he'll be fine, in my opinion. The Broy is going to be the 2 IC. Collins leading Blue 4 X-Ray. Tilster being the medic. Fez is going to be the 2 IC. Patriot taking the sniper rifle. Delta going with the Mark 14 EVR. Green Shade, SOCOM 16, both suppressed. Very minor differences between the two weapons, just some slight ones. Thunder Run, I mean, we could see Blue 4 do a Thunder Run instead, but even then, I mean, it took 30 minutes for them to just aggressively push everything, so they don't really need the Thunder Run. Otherwise, looking at the rest of Alpha, Blue 4 here. For Alpha, we've got Dogbert leading. Chow and Bayan are going to be taking the mortar. Interesting. I think Chow and Bayon would be a good combo for that mortar, but we'll see what they come up with. Otherwise, Elm Tree, Red Claws, Puma, Apache 1, Big Ham, and Lin under Alpha HQ. Bravo HQ being led by Dreek. Notice how Alpha actually merged both their Alpha 1 and Alpha 2 under Alpha HQ, whereas Bravo is keeping them separate. So we have Bridges leading Bravo 1 with Wheaton, Jax, Bannister, Roland, Black Fox, and Warwick. Under him, Bravo 2 led by Cosmonaut with Squeak, Miller, Wiki, and Martin. Under him, Norris leading Charlie HQ, Charlie 1 being led by Spralden with Carlson, Herb, Despo, Eagle, and Ace. Under him, Charlie 2 being led by Montgomery with Chult, Bates, Kernshot, Sholand, and Sablon. Under him, Lurch leading Delta HQ with Mito, Savan, and Dooley. Under him, looks like they merged part of, I think, either Delta 1 or Delta 2 with Delta HQ. Otherwise, commanding on Op 4, Veteran Commander Vagrant. Interesting. Maz as his 2IC. Pushing up with X-Ray right now. Now, it's interesting, because when you have rerun rounds, usually the side that loses dynamically changes their strategy, but in a very skewered, that's not the right term for it, in a very limited in maneuvering AO like this, a really thin one, it's, it can be really tough to have the attackers change their strategy. So Op 4 is going to be the team that really benefits from this, but if Op 4 is not careful and they split up their forces again, they could just very well get steamrolled, unfortunately. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But otherwise, Tender Banner being the platoon medic, Grab leading X-Ray, Bacon Flavored Ivan being the medic, Olaf being the 2IC, and then Mutant and Falcon. Oh, no, Falcon's taking the sniper rifle and Mutant's taking an AKS. Interesting. So we'll see what Falcon's able to position. That was an interesting hop, and he glides away, but I think the sniper is a good call for this map because it's a lot of open areas. It's a thin map, though, so it's hard for the sniper to find a good position to Overwatch, but when he's able to, he can really capitalize on these areas. Also, explosive traps in these sectors would be a really, really good call for Op 4 to utilize because none of them were utilized last time this was run in EU1, but let's see if they change up their strategy. Otherwise, looking at the rest of the roster, Thyrib under Alpha HQ. He's on the multi, by the way. I don't know how he got away with his his Twitch URL. If you want to see the Twitch URL name, feel free to do ! multi. I don't know how he got that through Twitch TOS, but he did. Chadwick leading Alpha 1 with Jack, Sharp, Stack Pro, Shrek, and Nova under him. Alpha 2 with Revanche leading Galil, Lolo, and Tiger. Schnuffles leading Bravo 1 with Korvac Twins, Space Cowboy, Carl, and Artisan. Charlie 1 being led by Pierce, but Pierce is folded into the group, so I think Pierce is actually Charlie HQ, joined up to lead Charlie 1, Hazuki, Saddam, Rust, Wise, Wayne, and Cobb, and then Charlie 2 has Tech, Glazed, Waldo, and Banks with Tech leading. Yeah, I don't know. I honestly don't know, but he did it, you know? So, should be fine. Alrighty. So Op 4, we're seeing them set up a defensive line in Sector 2. That is what they did last time. Not seeing a lot of defense put on Sector 3. We do see have a few fortifications down. Let's see if Op 4 learned, because the pinnacle of how this assault got really pushed in was Scandi Recon followed another group of infantry up this riverbed, and then that group of infantry, there was a defensive position right here of 3 guys holding this area. They got grenaded to high hell. So we'll see if that strategy is capitalized on now that Op 4 knows that that happened. But, I mean, we're seeing Alpha over here. They're going to be mobile. I think they're going to push up on foot here. Probably to go to the stadium. We had another Op 4 squad in the previous round do something like that. But Op 4 is going to really try to cement holding Area 2, which means this is going to heavily rely, I can't believe I'm saying this, but Falcon, to get a lot of early marksman kills. And I think he already has a decent view of that area, but he needs to find a position in the next 5 minutes to do some proper Overwatch. Blue Fort could do a rush with the Humvees, but otherwise they're over the tables. So these tables have a script tied to them where it's like Sab's briefing table, where it makes a mini part of the map and you know, shows the terrain, shows the buildings on a really small scale. It only plays client side though, for anyone locally in the area, so it doesn't absolutely murder your frames, because Sab's briefing table does murder frames. But yeah, I mean, Blue 4, if they just do a line push like they did last time, I don't see anything wrong with that plan. Just have the M2 support. Like, there's not really any other way to do this AO. So we just need to see how Op 4 changes this up. But we'll see how that goes. 5 slots on Lockmart plopping the SR-72 prototype mock-up and Lady Gaga vid. I don't know, because I don't follow Lockmart and I don't follow Lady Gaga, so I can't tell you about it. Falcon told me to tell you they wanted to put him in the back lines to snipe the enemy's ass. I don't think that's a bad idea, in all honesty, Don. If they put Falcon in a decent Overwatch position while Blue 4 is attacking, he could get a lot of kills. That's how Lolo got a good chunk of kills, too, in this round, because he was the Op 4 sniper in round 1. He could do quite well. Falcon doesn't have a lot of room to maneuver here, so if he's put on the front line, I don't see that working. Instead, if they put Falcon somewhere on the ridge back here, on a decent Overwatch angle on the hill, right here, for example, I think he'd do a lot better, but I think Falcon's going to get a little bloodthirsty here. So tell Falcon he's an idiot, but we'll see how that goes. It's allowed 3-3-8, but if there's a firefight going on, they're not going to pay attention to the sniper. They're going to pay attention to the guy shooting in front of them. The only thing he'd have to fear is the marksman, but the marksmen are probably going to be supporting locally the Blue 4 guys, so he could use that as a distraction to pick off the M2 gunners, but I don't know. We'll see. Anyway, scrolling up because I think I saw some other people ask some other stuff. Don, thanks for fixing the bet, which is... oh, great. I just choked on my own spit like an idiot. Which is better, Tfar or Acre? I personally prefer Acre for PvP because there's a lot of cool features Acre has, like the Babel system, which scrambles the other team's communication so you can't understand them. And there's a lot more radio options for encoding. I need to take a sip of water here. Give me a second. Anyway, I prefer Acre for PvP because of the additional features, especially for radio encryption that it offers, which are really, really cool for PvP. But for PvE, I like to keep things simple, and Tfar keeps it simple. But Tfar also has a lot of options for the Zeus to utilize some more advanced features to just make the operation a lot cooler. So those are my personal preferences. I know, for example, Coalition with CCOs run Acre. OFCRA and FNF run Tfar, though, to keep it more simple. But that's also because OFCRA and FNF are more casual. Coalition really likes to hamper more advanced stuff and more exotic stuff. I'm not sure what AFI runs for their events, but I think it's Acre. But I don't think I've ever been to an AFI event, to be honest. ESM, I think, runs Tfar. Yeah, no, they do run Tfar. Well, no, I don't remember, actually. I think it's Tfar, though, to keep it simple. But those are, like, 5-on-5. Like, that is Arma Esports in the definition, so. And those are also ones where they do have cash prizes and shit. But, yeah, no, Op4 is going to go for a full stand on Sector 2. X-Ray is going to be directly on Sector 1. Lolo is, I think, going to... Lolo has yeeted away. He's now all the way back here. Interesting. All right, well, I don't know. We'll see what happens. If the entirety of X-Ray dies within 10 to 15 minutes of game start, I'll laugh my ass off. That is a distinct possibility because Blue 4 might just immediately maneuver on and eliminate. Because that's what happened last round. Op4 X-Ray hit up here, and they got swarmed by Scandi Recon. Now, here's the thing. Here's another caveat. Blue 4 had Scandi Recon and Papega Pirates with them. Two very aggressive players that really spearheaded those assaults. Oh my god, Don, how long did you put that prediction up for? Don, the fight might be decided by the time that prediction ends. Good god, Don. You ended it? Okay. You can manually end it now, eh? Did you see Web Knight Zombie mod? Yes, I did. It's a really cool mod, but it has the same issues with Ryan Zombies and Demons, where if you put too much down with too many players, it lags the fuck out of the server. So he optimized the scripts, but he also added a lot of additional functionality that also lags the fuck out of the server. But all right, Don, thanks for, it's not accurate to the timer. Yeah, you're right, because I don't see, all I see is the timer continuously going. I don't know if it's ended or not, but thank you for your due diligence. But I've noticed they, you already mentioned this, and I saw it earlier as well. They did add, like, 3rd and 4th options for bets now. So if we have, like, a 3-way fight, I don't have to, like, pick a faction and say, hey, will this one win based off of the players? So now we can have it go 3 ways. So we have just a massive battle line here. Previously, more forces went around the northern side, but they're just going to go all out for it. But as I was saying, because there's no Scandi and Papega to spearhead this, there's more Milsim groups on this side. 2nd MRB and 29th ID guys, so they're going to be a little slower to fight. And normally players like Falcon could really capitalize on that. But, I mean, look at X-Ray. Like, they're just hiding in the back line here. I think X-Ray are going to intentionally wait for Blue 4 to pass and then utilize their suppressed shooters to hit them in the rear. And then you got Falcon with a sniper rifle right here. Oh. Falcon. That's not a good spot. Like, it's got great overwatch on the road. Don't get me wrong, but where's your exit strategy? You are going to be exiting uphill in the open. There's no way in hell you're going to be able to pull back properly. And if Blue 4 is doing an envelopment strategy, you're going to run... oh, Falcon. ETA till DayZ event. Crusader, I'm hoping this round ends early because last time, the only reason I'm covering it is because it ended in 30 minutes last time. So I would say 11:45. If this is not done by midnight, I'll transfer over. But everything is set, Crusader. So please tell everyone that I will be on there ASAP. Also, since you're here, can you tell me if the DayZ sound bites are up? They should be already because I wanted to do that because I knew I'd do the immediate transition. So that saves me like, 2 minutes. But yeah, I would expect this round to be over by the 45 mark. The only way it's going to go to full time is if somehow X-Ray just stops Blue 4. And then Op 4 is slow to reinforce and Blue 4 has to re-attack. Which, yep, it's working. Oh, wait, hold up. No, so on my other window, it came up as a soundbite. Fuck me. All right, I got to fix that. Because how I have it rigged is I'm not supposed to be able to see it come up on OBS, but you guys should be able to see it. So... I know, actually I can fix that right now. 1 second, that's just an ordering thing. So if I move that to there and I uncheck that box, cool, now I shouldn't see them. We're set up in DayZ? Righto. Again, sorry Crusader, just the first round they went into overtime. Well, they should have gone to overtime. They didn't go into overtime, but they added like an additional 5 minutes to safe start. So it pushed everything back, but... that's okay, this is a quick round. Blue 4 is already halfway to Sector 1. And they're going to have very limited resistance on it. The main fight's going to be right here on Sector 2. Nobody expected the Bears. I'm going to be honest. So I'm going to let you guys in on a secret project I'm going to work on. DayZ recently added AI. And this is something I haven't told Frost to start working on yet. I will probably this weekend because I've been setting up my own shit for various things. But I'll talk about it on the Patreon post on Sunday. But... DayZ Expansion recently released their version of AI, which is a build-up on a mod that made AI for DayZ, which was a build-up of another mod that made a mod for DayZ. So this is like the 3rd generation AI build. But what I want to do, especially since I have admin access, is I want to really put a test on the Infusion engine because I want to make like an actual Arma 3 style op as a quote-unquote Zeus. But utilizing the camera work I do for the DayZ events. And we want to run like, an operation in DayZ. And I got to look into stuff. I'm probably going to have to pay Frost, $100 or something to get it going. But by the way, the funding for the DayZ server all comes from the soundbites, but it also comes from DayZ Pay for Pains now because I have to pay Frost to set all that stuff up because we have custom drop tables and all this other custom crazy shit that he does for the server, but that's because I pay him. But I'm going to pay him to look into this for me. So then I can learn how to set things up, and then we're going to have basically, ops in DayZ. And we're going to make that probably once a week, once it gets going, but it's going to be a test run. But that is also to showcase what Arma 4 is going to look like, because DayZ runs a really old version of the Infusion engine. That's heavily out of date these days. But I've heard a rumor that Arma Reforger is going to be coming out at the end of the year, which I was told by the guy that told me is actually supposed to be public knowledge. I just didn't dig into it yet, but I believe him based off of what else I've been hearing about that game. But that's going to get into stuff that might piss a few people off, but I digress. So Arma Reforger is also going to be run on the Infusion engine, which you can publicly find. It's a remake of Arma Cold War Assault. And they released some images from the map Nagovo in the Infusion engine. So I want to see if I can get a little ahead of the curve and show off what Arma 4 is going to be like. Hell, I'm going to message Frost right now since I have a second, just as a reminder. I'm sending this to you at the moment because I'm going to forget later, but I forgot to send this to you last week, I need to ask something of you, and it is going to be a paid thing, period. All right. There you go. Breaking news by Weewoo. Otherwise, Blue 4 being a little cautious. They're going to immediately touch that sector. Then I think these guys are going to wait like 5 minutes and then push up. But look, Falcon, I think, has already realized that that position is a shitty one. He has moved back here. This is a much better position. Oh! Sorry, that was loud. As you can see, I get very excited when people play their fucking roles properly. Who the fuck did he just snipe? He's already sniping someone else. So we got Warwick. Warwick was the original shoutcaster. Oh, he got another one. He got Bannister. See, this position is beautiful. Absolutely fucking beautiful. He's going to immediately pull back with those 2 kills. That's going to slow down Blue 4's advance on the flank. Get a few kills, pull back. Amazing. Before the marksman can turn around and fire at him. We got Miller now suppress him because he sees that movement, but those shots aren't going to hit him. I mean, this is fucking Falcon we're talking about. Anyone can get shot by a random lucky headshot, but unlikely. Oh, I'm so sorry about that squeal. It was a beautiful snipe, but I'm like, yeah, no, from that building, he's got really shit eyes, and then he moved to literally a perfect spot to watch that open field and gets 2 headshots, thus proving my point. That's our boy. So Blue 4's already adapting here to do a battle line right here, leaving only this squad to take Sector 1. This might work in X-Ray's favor, because now it's only 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 to 5. But these guys have suppressed weaponry. So if they get a good ambush on them as they're passing by, X-Ray could defeat this group. Unlikely, but they could at least cause heavy casualties, and then they could push in. But Blue 4 is going to sweep around. And that is the smart thing for Blue 4 to do here, to make sure this area is clear so they don't get walked up on the rear. So that is going to make it tougher for these guys. You have them covering windows, but you never want to be prone in a building, especially at an angle where someone's going to walk up on you, because what's the first thing someone's going to see when they open this door? Your head. So what are they likely going to hit when they point their weapon down and start pulling the trigger? Your head. What happens when you get shot in the head once? You die. So I would argue you want to be crouched in a building to raise your target profile so people aim center mass into your torso where your vest is. So you're more likely to tank more shots. Oh, this is amazing. Let me guess, Red Claw doesn't see... How do you not see the guns? Wait, no, on your camera, we just saw the gun. Bro. Bro, he just went into binos and saw that dude's face. Oh my god. And he got shot in the face. Grab went down. This is the definition of shooting fish in a barrel, though. 2 people just went down. See, look, Bacon got up, preventing that 240 Bravo guy from hitting him in the face. He instead aimed center Bacon. Bacon, you bellend. Bacon, you fucking just killed yourself. I praised you, and this is what you do to me. You... genius. Are you... Well, that happened. That happened. Okay. Well, there goes X-Ray. Falcon still in the back line on 2 kills. He's now on the rooftop over here. Another decent spot. A little more open, but he's got people to scout for him now, which is great. But Blue 4 has to get closer for him to find angles to hit people. So not a lot of open areas for him to hit people, but again, now he's folded into the AO. We also got a cord static right here, but he'll be able to get some pickoffs to stop Blue 4 from pushing across the street, which is going to cause Blue 4 to push down this angle where Op 4 is heavily fortified. Now, Blue 4 is already harassing from up here. That's going to pull some attention away, but that's only the rear guard focusing on that one position. So we still have these guys on the front that can focus on that, but I think they might get overwhelmed, especially since this riverbed can be utilized to move up. But it stops short, and you got this open kill zone here that you might have Op 4 utilize here to catch them by surprise. But already, I know this round's going to take longer than 30 minutes. Beautiful HE hit. Unfortunately, it hit the front side of that Hesco, which shaped the blast and do minimal damage. but definitely shocked Op4 here and forced them to pull back to their secondary defensive line. Again, AT with HE rounds is more of a shock weapon than anything to make people panic to run back. People that don't understand the meta, which is a lot, because the only way you're going to understand the meta is if you live, sleep, and breathe Arma 3 and develop missions and understand how everything works, but it makes them run back. But if someone knows what they're doing, they'll know that that was just minimally effective. We just had someone fire it. Oh, wait, no, this is a crossfire from a cord firing from across the way. Now, here's the one issue with this plan. Now, it really for Op4, it undermines Blue 4's alpha element here, which could eventually come up and counterattack if this position proves to hold out. By having this line right here, this is showing that Op4 does plan to pull back at some point. Now, if we see alpha push up here, then we know Op4 is committing to holding Sector 2 and not Sector 3 because there's going to be no one to overwatch the cover of Op4 pulling away. So if we see Alpha make that push, we might even see them with a few preliminary forces pushing up. But this flank would be great in forcing this group to stay here. And so the rest of this force can hold this one position, because these guys outnumber this force coming up, because Alpha has been pinned by X-Ray back there. The one caveat that Blue 4 has is the mortar, which is being run by Bay and Dooley, or Chow. Is it Bay and Chow or Bay and Dooley? It is Alpha, it's Bay and Chow. So Chow's on it. I think Bay and Chow would be able to effectively put mortar strikes down, but I mean, this is Bay and Chow. Bay is, in my opinion, the best player with an FNF. And you see them shooting down the parachute, so it lands. That's from a Hunt IR round. It's basically a camera fired from a grenade launcher to give you a top-down view of the enemy's positions. But Bay out of play is an interesting call. They have to have a Humvee back there to immediately transport them. They do not. So they're going to have to send a Humvee back to pick them up. But there's 4 of them, which 4 people can fit in a Humvee. All right. Because there's the gunner spot as well. So 1 driver and then 4 additional slots. But look at this. So Op4, they're actually starting to pull out of that defensive stadium. They're going to start attacking. So this is where Op4 is going to make their defensive line because they feel comfortable about these positions. Let's look back at Falcon, the sniper here, because the sniper is going to make or break this scenario. Falcon's still only on 2 kills. He's trying to sight more. Not going for attacks all the way to the south because they're too long range of a shot. You got Blue 4 X-Ray coming around as well. That could counter Alpha for Op4's positioning here. But that sniper for Blue 4 also needs to start trying to get some long-range pickoffs, because otherwise it's not really going to work out for Alpha's attack. Meanwhile, looking over to the south, the 2 remaining Op4 guys, wow, it's Olaf and Maz. 2 really good players here. As I say that, Maz shows off what I'm saying here. He gets a shot on Puma and takes him out. We have, it's all at the building where a lot of people have gotten killed off. Good God. You clipped Bacon, grenading himself. Beautiful. So Maz is 2 IC as well. So he's holding on here. He's gotten 2 kills so far, and then he's with Olaf, who's got no kills. He's pulling rear security to watch the left in case anyone flanks, which we have Dooley starting to do that. And he is the type of aggressive player to flank because he is one of the players we see a lot with Bay, who is super aggressive. So Falcon's still moving around. The only reason we're not seeing anything come to the super far right is because they're getting held up. As I say that, Olaf, I think, just got hit by Dooley. But that's, I think Alpha was supposed to hold the far left flank as Bravo pushed in, but they're being tied down by the remainder of X-Ray's team. So this group's not going to be out of position, but that is fine because this group alone cannot take all of those guys down. Seen some long-range GLs coming in as Grenadier rounds. Silver lining, though, this will be done by midnight because it's 35 rounds remaining. But no, some great GLs being used as pretty much indirect fire at this point. Maximum range, hitting right on these guys, forcing them to pull back into a Vic for cover. And then the other Humvee's down there. Meanwhile, X-Ray setting up right here. They got their spotting scope out. They're looking in this direction to try to find more of Alpha. And their sniper is back here. That is Patriot. Trying to get a click on him so I can see his kill count. He is on none right now, and they're advancing. Trying to close the distance. Now, a sniper with that 338 at a medium, even, I mean, in my definition, short range for him, but medium range for players at about that 200. I'd argue 150 to 300 meter mark is deadly, because that's really easy time for him to just engage stuff. I thought I saw an Op4 marker here disappear, but I don't see the body. But there's Sector 1 being captured. They finally folded in. Olaf's woken back up. Dooley holding this zone. Bacon got fried. But now you have a Humvee coming around right here. We just heard a mortar land as well. Mortars are being utilized on this alpha position over here. I think that's a bad call. They should be focusing on the more entrenched positions of the sector, but I guess it might be because X-Ray is directly tied to them. Hearing some AT getting launched as well. I'm looking for the marksman within alpha here. I'm not seeing it, but we got Sharp up here. Trying to get some pickoffs on Charlie too. With that iron. We do have a man down back here. Blue Force trying to maneuver onto this building. More accurate shots coming in. Sholin's going prone. Yeah, Sharp didn't get that one kill, so I don't know who picked him off, but I'm trying to see if Alpha has a marksman here, because a marksman in this area would be great for locking this area down. He has a long range, so it's definitely not him. You got Galil with the PKP. Tiger with a rifle. Looks like he was the combat engineer. And then we got Lolo right here, and I don't think he was the marksman either. He's another GL. So Alpha might not have a marksman rifle, but we're seeing some smoke rounds being fired at these guys because the arc of the smoke is going up that way. So an interesting play by the defenders, but to obscure their battle lines, potentially to allow Alpha to push in, even though they're under mortar fire, is not a bad strategy. I think Slushy's right, though. On the previous thing, I probably did curse Bacon. So Falcon's moved up. He's looking around, trying to sight targets here. There's some right below him. But they're going to be using that riverbed I called out to move in. And these guys are still being tied down by Olaf and Maz. Maz on 2 kills still, Olaf on none, but it's keeping these guys here so they can't push up that far left flank with Bravo. So in macro strategies for any PvP match, sometimes putting a few forces out to tie down a larger force, especially if they have a numbers advantage, is incredibly important. That way, a less-sized force makes the main attack, which gives you a more favorable odds and outcome. Because when you're doing PvP and thinking tactics and logic, the more even you can make the fight, the better. Because defenders on an even fight usually have the advantage because they have the fortified positions, and the attackers have to maneuver to the defenders and put themselves in open positions to potentially get shot to get the objective done. So with all these forces so far divided, and Alpha doing a great job keeping Charlie and X-Ray tied down because they're trying to come around this left flank here. Patriot, I think, found the border there, but he doesn't want to move up on this open area because that's suicide. You don't want the sniper to get within 100 meters of enemy forces because that's just asking for trouble. But Blue 4, I think, is too weak and too spread out on this battle line to properly take Sector 2. Now you got Saddam aggressively pushing down this riverbed. You don't really want to see that because Blue 4, these are Milsim players, so they're going to be more cautious, but they're also going to be more likely to put security elements down as they maneuver cautiously. So Saddam might just get blown away here. As I say that, Miller spots him and blows him away. What was that, the FN Mag? Nope, that was the 240 Golf, which, you know, is like an FN Mag, 7.62 by 51 NATO, 100 rounds. So, yeah. I do appreciate what Falcon's doing. He's trying to find an angle here because the prey that would come around is getting tied down by X-Ray still, which are down to 5 players now. Maz finding them out in the open. Trying to put some shots on him. He's up on 3 kills right now. Gets a 4th. Quickly tries to roll away. He's rolling in the open, though. Savan, I think, had to reload, which is the only thing that saved Maz. Maz now trying to gun Mito down. He's going to spot Dogbert here. Got some great shots on him. Gets some more side shots. Going for the double tap. And he finally gets taken out by Mito. But I think he got 5, yeah, before he went down. So, bad alpha element. I mean, 2v1. Those are good odds for Olaf. He is wounded, though. He just hasn't bandaged yet. But Olaf got a kill. I think that was on Dooley, who was over here. And, yep, he is dead. Yep, Dooley. So that alpha HQ element still waiting on the mortar, but Falcon. He's getting antsy, which is why he's going aggressive. He's gotten the third kill, though, so he picked off someone here. And now he's going aggressive on the push. We do see some bandages right here, so we might have gotten another hit by on someone that pulled back, or they got hit in the firefight. But why this blue 4 element's pushing back? I think to reinforce back here. So he's making the main force pull back, which is elongating this fight over here on Alpha. Zeus, I said it would be after FNFNA, and I'm sorry to say it's running over, so... It'll at least be by midnight, because I remember the first one we ran at midnight because FNFNA ran over. I just make sure it doesn't go past midnight, but... It's a late night theme, buddy, I'm sorry. It's as soon as I can get it. Blue 4's done a really bad attack strat here, which is going to drag things out. Patriot! Again, this is why you don't want the sniper to be running on point. Sharp picking off the other guy. Revanche now firing. So, Blue 4 lost their sniper, which should be in the back line supporting. I can't believe that just happened. Did Olaf get the other 2 kills? Because they're gone. Yep, Olaf's up to 3. So the entirety of Alpha got wiped, even though the 3 Op4 guys got screwed early. Yeah, I don't think Blue 4 is going to win this one because they're too badly spaced out. We have the M2 Humvee now rushing that position. I think Alpha has a tube somewhere. Yeah, Sharp has it. So if he waits it out, but there's multiple vehicles pushing. Hey, Mass.
You see X-Ray's final stand over there?
Yeah, and then Olaf got the other 2, so you wiped Alpha as a 5-man element, so good shit. You got 5 kills yourself, yeah.
Yeah, they did, I don't know how they knew we were in there. I was
so they didn't know the 3 people were in the building. The guy literally poked his head in. He had a view of the gun, but for whatever reason then pulled his binos out. And then as soon as he went in the binos, you know how it like makes you lower your stuff? So then he noticed the guy below him. So then he pulled his gun out. And then Bacon accidentally bad fragged everyone too, which was funny. But...
Jesus.
Yep, now you got Shadwick and Sharp still flanking here. They got the gunner of the M2. They knocked out Colin. Herb is now panically firing. This is just silly at this point. Sharp and Chadwick on 5 kills together. Someone just flew away. I think that was the body of the gunner that they were pulling out. Tilster now trying to push this position. Revanche taking some grenades.
How's your night, man?
It's good. I got a DayZ event to do after this. I got a few people yelling at me because we were supposed to start 4 minutes ago, but FNF's running a little late. That's why I always put a disclaimer in the events to say, hey, it is either at 11:30 or when NA ends. I just know if NA doesn't, if it lasts beyond midnight, then I don't cover round 3. But this one I took a risk because I thought, you know, because this was EU round 1, it went really quickly. So I thought this one would go really quickly, but that's not the case. AT going in, hits the Humvee, but it doesn't destroy it. It only damaged it because it's not armored one. One of the wheels are down. Sharp just knocked out Colin, who woke up, so I doubt he's going to wake up again. And now you have Chadwick trying to step up to hit that 50 cal gunner. Sharp is also trying to get some headshots. There's the headshot by Sharp. And now Chadwick's on 4 kills, Sharp is on 3. So 7 kills between these two.
See, this is what we were scared of in EU round 1 as the attackers, is going at it like how they're doing it.
Yep.
That's how Pierce wanted to do it, and we were like, you know, that's a good idea, but...
Fez now pushing. Sharp doesn't notice the gunshots right next to him. It's up to Chadwick to win this 1v1. It's the twirl of death, and he gets Fez before he can get that 249 to start firing. So that is now, I think, 9 kills. Kabui gets taken out as well by Sharp. Sharp on 3, Chadwick on 5, Sharp now on 4. 9 kills. These two have pretty much wiped most of a squad together. That is nuts. Thyreb now trying to get some flanking shots here as we got Lolo pushing up, fighting Montgomery in a 1v1. Lolo goes for a maneuver around. Montgomery caught reloading. Lolo runs out of ammo. Montgomery's now going to push as Lolo pulls back to reload. Ah, the reload wars. Lolo throws a grenade behind him. Hopefully that shrapnel doesn't reach him. Nope, he folds behind the building in time. What a skirmish. Montgomery, I think, also threw a grenade out there. Beautiful. Now you got Tilster coming around as Tiger and Galil are pushing in. Galil with that PKP. I think Tiger heard those footsteps. He is a combat engineer, so he might be able to throw an explosive round. Tilster not watching that direction, so if Tiger pushes out, he's going to spot him. Yeah, there it is. Shot in the back. Sorry, go ahead, Mask.
A Humvee rush. I was asking where I saw it before. Very deja vu right now.
Why? Because Flux did it last round? He got blown up for it, though. Oh, yeah. Speaking of, they are pushing. The driver just got shot by Tenderbaner. He actually broke the window and killed him.
Did Falcon tell you what he asked?
Hold on. Eagle goes out and blows someone away with a headshot, and I think Op4 is also shooting at him. Satchel goes up on the charts and manages to still kill him from range because they blew up a chain of buildings. Blew up the shed, and that somehow killed him. Amazing. Falcon's still on 3 kills. He's just in the middle of this entire area. But yeah, no, they said Falcon was supposed to be on the back line.
Yeah, well, he was supposed to be with us in those buildings, and he ditched, and I was like, okay, Falcon, just go on a hill somewhere. You're not part of Vector anymore.
So he was in a really shitty position, and then he moved to a really good one, got 2 single headshots, pulled away, got another headshot, and now he's just maneuvering through enemy territory. I think he's about to die, though, because CQC with a sniper is not the best call, but... Oh, no, Falcon has a 240 Bravo. Where did you... Oh, and a big backpack.
He got it probably from the people we killed.
He put the sniper rifle scope on the 240 Bravo.
Well, that's cursed.
And now he took it off because he realizes people are coming close to him. But if he stays there bipoded, he could probably mow Cosmonaut down as he comes up. Oh, my God. I love it. Long-range suppressive fire. But now Alpha's pushing through. It's only Montgomery still alive there. He got in a one-on-one with Lolo. I think he took Lolo out because I don't see him anymore. Yep, and I think he left the server too. So Blue 4 is only down to a handful. Op 4 also down to a handful, but Op 4 is more spread out. Blue 4 might be able to rally and push in. Falcon mows down Martin. Good use of smoke. What do you just put down right there? Doesn't double tap Martin, so Martin lightweight back. Yeah, as I say it. Falcon trying to reacquire Martin here, as Martin now goes to the side. Falcon doing his best to spot him.
Nade.
Doesn't get the roll.
Oh, squeak. Nice.
But the grenade he threw got Martin.
Nice.
Send it.
So Falcon... Yeah, the shrapnel doesn't count for him because shrapnel doesn't add to the kill count, but my God.
Yeah, you have to add like at least 20 kills to everybody.
Sean Detone, thanks so much for the 4-month resub. I hope you keep enjoying the operations, my friend. I hope you get a nice kick out of this scenario. Also, Keys, if I didn't say it, I hope you keep enjoying the content, man. Arma's a great game.
Not this scoreboard, but you know the one.
Yeah. Platoon HQ jumping out, a literally charged position. Shrek is going to say, what is Blue 4 doing in the swamp? And Nielsen blows him away because Shrek didn't properly PID that. Oh well.
He hit him a bunch.
Bayant gets blown away. This is Alpha with the mortar, so I guess they ran out of mortar ammo or they just dropped the mortar because no one was calling in fire missions or they wasted them all on Alpha 1. But...
Bay has gotten really unlucky tonight.
He
ambushed me and missed all of his shots last round and I killed him.
Yeah, I saw that in the 1v1. Bay I saw a few times. He was like one of the first to die. Round 2 EU. He stepped on an explosive trap and died on Terminal 3 on that rear attack.
Now watch him just clean up right here.
Yep, alright, he's back up. But no, I was speculating in EU too because Bay died. It was only like 5 or 6 people left on Blue 4. If Bay was still alive, he probably would have tied, like, even the scale there. Excuse me.
Probably.
Because, I mean, him, Falcon, Flux, most members of Pepega, I mean, they're some of the best, so...
I unironically almost shoot myself when he shot at me. I wasn't expecting him. He was just in a bush in the middle of a fucking desert. Guy's a nightmare. Oh, here we go. Humvee pushing in.
Here he go. So Blue 4 has the number advantage for Sector 2. I don't think Op 4 would be able to stop if, let me clarify here. So if Blue 4 takes Sector 2, they can load up in the Humvee and just rush Sector 3. Op 4 would not be in a position to defend. Op 4 have the numbers advantage right now, but they're scattered. And they still have Alpha on the side awaiting orders to fold in. So they're only going to fold in on their own volition because I assure you comms have broken down at this point.
Vagrant's still alive.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter if Command's still alive.
Good. He's really good at Command.
It's just general FNF, though. Comms usually break down at this point when you're only down to a few squads, so...
Is Tender alive?
Otherwise, I'd imagine Alpha HQ would be trying to aggressively push in at this point, but they're just kind of staying in the back. They're dicking around here, actually.
I didn't even see these Overwatch positions that Twins and Cowboy Carl have. Too bad they don't have the weapons for it.
Yeah, Falcon was up here with a sniper earlier, but he just couldn't get any eyes on. Wow, corked by Schnuffles. Just knocked out and double-tapped Cosmonaut. Vagrant just got a great kill as well. Was that Bay? No, Bay's still in the Humvee. He pushed all the way back here with 2 other people. All right, but yeah, no, Blue 4's numbers are starting to get whittled down. I think this will be it. Bridges might be able to turn in. No, he's looking through a little slit, trying to see if Vagrant's going to push through.
If he has a nade, yep. Oh,
great angle. Vagrant. See, that should have killed him, but the shrapnel on Arma, not Arma. Wait, Bridges rolls in. And Vagrant still gets him because he was prone. Again, prone, put your head forward, and you just need 1 tap to the head to win in that spray fight.
I blame the kit. Look at that helmet that Vagrant's wearing. It absorbed all the shrapnel, obviously.
Yeah. Right, yes. His helmet absorbed the shrapnel, of course. All right, my mistake.
Whoever made these kits suck.
It's funny how you say that. This is Op 4, right?
Oh, look at Bay. Look at Bay.
Oh my god.
What is this? Oh, Bay's gonna make the
round 3 NA.
What is happening?
Oh my god, Schnuffles. Schnuffles, what the fuck black magic bullshit is this?
Oh my
Bay's
god,
gonna end it. Of course.
Come on, Cowboy.
By the way, the joke, it's Maz. He made the kits. Anyway.
Oh my god.
Did he? He did not.
Oh my
and then he gets blown up by a rocket. Oh. He got both of them, too, up there. I tabbed out to make a joke, but oh. And he dies. Yeah, this is why Bay is literally nightmare fuel, because he just sniped 2 people, killed Shuffles.
Yeah, I mean, he could be in the worst position, he just turns it around.
Yeah. Oh, man. Blue 4's down to 3 people. Op 4 has over a dozen. Actually,
you Mr. Angry Sniper Pants.
5, 6, 7.
I called
8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, 12. Oh, there's Falcon.
I called it. I told you that would have happened.
Falcon, we killed like a
Falcon,
squad and a half,
yeah,
right?
they wiped the squad. It was only Olaf remaining, but they killed the entirety of Alpha.
Maz, let me just fucking fix bayonets with 338.
Exactly.
Forgive
exactly.
me.
See, this guy complains about everything. Bayonets, come on, that's like the coolest part of FNF.
Dude, if
you don't like
FNF was cool, they would have done a lot cooler shit a while ago.
Whole
they
life
would have
is
actually
still
put
alive.
bayonets in if they were.
Still only on 3 kills,
I would
though.
love bayonets.
Well, fucking put them in, Mr. Kit Creator.
I don't have the mod.
Well, you know what? Sounds like a skill issue.
Skill issue.
Even though it's really not. It's a mod issue.
Oh, now the drought.
I'm glad you're effective, Falcon.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I was misranged, and I had a feeling I was misranged.
I mean, you killed
I pulled the trigger, and I aimed at the dude's dick and hit his face. Roland? Oh, he's doing the Lolo strat. Oh, here.
Dun 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 dun. Hey, hey, what is?
See, Banks has to redeem himself. No, see, Banks has to redeem himself ever since he accidentally friendly fired the helicopter, and I think you.
He got like 3 or 4 kills that round. I mean, kind of
amazing.
Himself.
Yeah.
Okay, so minus.
Okay, everyone's
minus what was it, 2?
Tiger.
Okay, everyone's criticizing.
Stop it.
Because of my long scoped. It's effective if you're at distance, not when you're point blank. But I was trying to see through the bushes, so cut me some slack.
All right, I'm gonna wrap this up in 4 minutes, regardless of what happens, because Blue 4's lost.
Yeah.
And I have an event to go do, so. Dawn is saying it sounds like a skill issue, Falcon.
Hey, Arma is a mysterious game that Dawn has never played, so she has never experienced the absolute bullshit that it is. So she can say skill issue all she wants. She can't talk shit till she plays.
Coming from the guy that put a sniper rifle scope on a 240 Bravo and still got dicked.
Well, I took it off. I was trying to see through the bushes as I was sitting. And through the wall of smoke.
All right, 3 minutes. Because I don't know if these guys are going to just bypass and try to go to Sector 3, or if they're going to just actually go for the objective here, but...
I mean, I think you should wrap it up, to be honest.
Yep. I'm going to give it a fair bit of time, but... 2 more minutes, but yeah, no, these guys are just staying in the low ground. 4 just has to defend Sector 2, so...
All right, you gentlemen have a good night.
See you, Maz. Have a good one. See you next week.
See you.
Yeah, so now they're advancing. Op 4 is going to fold in all their defensive forces here. Explosive traps going off just to get rid of them at this point. This is it, you know? You got Wiki moving all the way down here. I mean, ugh. You know what I mean? Weeks on 2 kills. He sees Platoon HQ. Come on, give me something. He's right there on that right side. Oh, he folded in. Yep, now he's in cover. He's moved to that second story, but he didn't see him. There he is, Mr. Hat. Eliminate him. Excellent. Trusting Bravo 1 here to move in. I know I said I'd leave, but it's like they're actually doing the assault here. And I need to see Bravo 1 do this counterattack, but it looks like they're going to stop short and take that fortified position. Maybe get friendly fired. Come on. Wiki coming around on the right. Might run into Sharp, who, I mean, he's been having a good round. He's on 5. Wiki spots Sharp moving. At least I thought Wiki caught it. He might not have. I mean, this is a great position for Sharp, to be honest. Now we got Artisan pushing up here. Squeak, if it goes back to that rock, he might get some great flank shots on Olaf and Artisan here. Look, the good news is DayZ, I only need 5 minutes to, like, jump in and get that done, so. Enlighten me, Don. What is Siege Syndrome? Because I do not play Rainbow Six Siege, but I'd assume if they all just start trickling in one at a time. How did that make Squeaks jump? You know what? Sometimes it's best not to question it. Go kill hungry and run out and die? Makes sense. Or friendly fire your own team, which, well, I mean, it's F enough. Friendly on friendly. Ooh. 2v 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 now. I mean, it was 4v12. Now it's 2v7. I mean, they're cutting them down. Trying to hit Korvac with that unbipoded, though he's very unlikely to hit. AT goes into Squeak's face, but Squeaks ain't giving it up. Wiki's gonna pull back, probably bandage a little bit. Yep. As soon as he tries to push it, though, Sharp is gonna catch him out in the open. Pushing out. Yeah, Sharp's just going to camp this, and I don't blame him. This is, again, a very good position to stop anything coming from the south. 7-minute war. The only way I see this working is if Wiki actually runs up to those buildings and clears them out, but he's been being very cautious about this, so he just might. 7 minutes, that's still plenty of time. Technically, it'll kick into overtime if it goes into Sector 2, but, oh, man. This could be a 4-hour video. I'm going to tab out 1 second, just look at my footage. 34 gigs, good God. Hopefully the DayZ event will be a little quicker. Wiki might catch Banks out in the open here. Knocks him out. A lot of shots put in. Banks could wake back up. Nova, though, catches Wiki out in the open and takes him out. Now it's just up to Squeaks. Korvac might gun him down from the bunker. It's only if he's looking. Wild, usually they're deleted, but that's only after I finish processing them too and uploading. Roland, I appreciate it. In the future, this goes for everyone. Ask me before you advertise. Thank you. I'm gonna be nice about it, but hope you had fun. Glad you had fun if you did. Sorry if you didn't. But now we're gonna have Squeaks flank around on the riverbed to pull back. Might be able to get up and get Korvac. 5 minutes remaining. Tech's doing a tactical reload, that's why he's folded down, so he minimizes his profile. Korvac doesn't spot Sholand, or he might have actually, now he's trying to run in. 5 minutes, I mean, this means Squeaks is going to be able to get back in there. With a 240, I think he might be able to do it, but he's going to have to make a judgment call here. It's 1 versus 6, because I doubt Banks is going to wake back up. But technically, he only needs to kill 3 people in the zone, but he's going to have to fight through Korvac as well. Nova didn't shoot Banks, it was Wiki. Nova shot Wiki, who was right here. Wiki knocked Banks out. You survived, almost. Yeah, Olaf, I know. Did a great job, though, with Maz taking out Blue 4 Alpha. Because if you didn't tie Blue 4 Alpha down, they would have probably killed a few more Op 4 guys, and the round would have turned around. It would probably be an Op 4 defeat. Korvac spotted up high, but unfortunately, the recoil by Squeaks' 240 doesn't land him the kill. I don't see any blood here either, so his shot's completely whiffed. Just based on the fact that Squeaks isn't able to handle that recoil of that weapon properly, I don't think he's going to be able to get this. Four minutes. Squeaks is probably going to have to bypass Korvac to then try to take these three guys out. Now, granted, if they all stay together, Squeaks could potentially get a triple kill in the sector. Well, now Galil's also in here on a different zone, and Korvac could run in at the first sign of trouble. Yep, Korvac's going to smoke and pull back. I'd say EU was really interesting for FNF because you had two really good rounds of coordination, and then it like completely fell apart in the third round. You had the
let's give him a warm welcome.
You had the Stainer kill everyone. Oh, Tech. No, he's looking the wrong way. Squeaks. Oh, beautiful. But he doesn't land the kill. There we go. That was the best thing he could have done. I mean, in the middle of the road, probably not the best idea. Got a little tunnel vision there, but hey, it worked. But oh my god, his accuracy, even with it bipoded and rested. But CQC, you don't really have to aim. You can just hold the trigger down and keep your mouse low. All right. Oh no. Take your time, Squeaks. That's not taking your time, Squeaks. He doesn't get hit, though. He should have gone prone and bipoded again. He would have been able to get both of them, or at least Galil on that corner. Now he's tipped his hand, so he's going to maneuver. Tries to find another angle on them and see if they would aggressively push. They're not. Instead, Op4 is moving to push around him. Squeaks takes damage from that grenade. 4 people in the zone. It's a 1v5. Technically 1v4 because there's 4 people in said zone. Because Korvac also pushed in. He's up high and he gets Squeaks, and that is GG. All right. Pay it out to Op4. Morning, Jonesy. All right. There we go. Pay it out. Now we have to go into Daisy. So go ahead, put the intermission up. Let's go ahead, put our stock image up, and let's go ahead, get everything transferred here. So I have to Alt F4 Arma. I have to Alt F4 TeamSpeak. Because we have an event to run. All right, kill the music. Yes, launch the game, Arma. Come on. You know better. I'm going to go ahead, play some ads on intermission, hit the play button here. And let's get that all running. Just verify. Okay, that's up. Don't want to stream the password. That would be bad. All right, that's booting. Commands are rewritten. I already left the stock image up. And now we just wait. Wolf, you got almost half your points back, or what? All right. Hit our admin tools. Gonna toggle my God mode. And let's go ahead and get stuff done for the moment. So I am set. Let me go ahead, find a decent building to go to start this event up. This'll do. This'll definitely do. All right, so how do I want to do this? I want to start right next to the ladder to climb it. Doesn't let me climb it. I am visible, right? All right. Well, this is an issue. I need a decent building to go hide on. For elevation's sake. I thought I could hide up on those, but I didn't actually check. So I'll go ahead and hide up here. All right. So let's go ahead. Item spawn. This is where I'm going to spawn like 20 zombies. I am set to invincible, right? All right. Just because of how this event's going to work. Otherwise, item spawner. That's on inventory. You know, I think in hindsight, I should set myself to invisible for the moment, just so I can get that done. So let's go ahead and find me. Just so I can get everything spawned. Or are they going to keep following? That's cute. And I'm going to pull a handgun out and attract them anyway. But let's go ahead, keep getting these spawns done here. Teleport item spawner. Just a bunch of random zombies around this building because I'm trying to make this, you know, a little difficult to actually get to me. I don't want it to be like an instant slam dunk. Let's see. And then I want a few fun things. I didn't mean to spawn that fresh, but that's fine. And then what? I love those things so much. All right, let me do one row of zombies, and then that should be good. Zombie Santa. Amazing. Scare the shit out of you? I know. We're not going to do a DSA demon. Actually, fuck it. We'll do a DSA demon. Because they're fun. What does DPI stand for? God, I know what it means. I just forgot. All right. Home. Low turnout for tonight, but that's also because it's late at night. But this is a public server, so feel free to join my Discord if you want the info. All right. Now we see everyone's position. All right, now we're going to go to home. Let the games begin. First order of business, attract everything to me. Slushy's immediately here, which is cute. There's so many zombies around that's glitching out all the audio. That is cute. There's the fresh. Yeah, I want to kill that thing because I didn't mean to have it. So you got Slushy in that building over there. He might just camp me. But I'll occasionally spawn myself another mag or two. What the hell are you shooting at? Okay. How do one of the Islam... Oh, no, he's... Okay, so it's ricocheting off the ground right there. Oh, God. Hi. I just realized I never cut the recording. Let me quickly...